Yo, had some tech difficulties. Let me do this here. There we go. There we go. Yo, there it is.
Here.
Technology is undefeated. What's good?
Freezy the tech guy.
Yeah. What's good? I don't know what happened. That was probably some intermittent issue that is just like some type of whatever.
So happens.
I'm gonna let the chat build up a little something. Just so that we'll be fair to everybody with the conversation or whatever. We're gonna let this chat build up some. Yo, it's working now. It's working now. I don't know. I think it was just like some intermittent. Like, you know how it is, something happened, you can't explain it. Like a glitch in the system, the matrix, I guess. Yeah. Darling, you do IT? I need your help with a bunch of stuff. So you do IT and music? Darlie is our requisite do everything guy.
Swiss Army knife.
Yeah, I mean, and when I say everything, Darlie does it all. So, yeah, man.
Freezy, once you get things situated there, I want to ask you a question.
Okay. All right. So we got the chat is slowly building back up. So while we do that, I'm gonna ask you a question. So how do you like the Knicks versus thing that I posed?
I draw out the idea again, so I get it completely.
So here it is. It's in theory, it's a 6 to 8 minute video.
Okay.
Of Knicks versus something, like Knicks versus the Eastern Conference, Knicks versus such and such in free agency, Knicks versus such and such for the 8th seed.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Just Knicks versus a certain topic.
Yeah.
And not really getting too long-winded on it.
Right. But just draw out the pros and cons of that.
Yeah, just go hard for 6 minutes and get off.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? Like legit. So who do we play tonight? Cleveland?
Yeah.
All right, so we'll say Knicks versus Cavs final preseason game. And we jump on and talk about how we're going to destroy the Cavs. Like the topic shouldn't be like when we say Knicks versus, it's Knicks versus an opponent or subject and not something internal. Because what we do generally on the live streams, we talk internally about a bunch of stuff. Right. But we never talk about our foe. You know what I'm saying?
They're very nice.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm thinking about doing that. And what that does is it gives us a means of putting other content out there on the channel where it doesn't take live stream stuff. Like say for instance, we do Knicks versus after this, right? After y'all get off and go on about y'all day, I'm gonna add the intro to it, do the video, do a closing for it, do the closing screen, and post it. So it'll take me about 30 minutes to put it up.
Yeah.
So we say Knicks versus the Eastern Conference, right? Before the season, we jump on, do a little something, and post it, and then go from there.
It's a great idea.
Yeah, and so we can post that during the daytime, and you know, it'd be a situation. I can share it to Twitter, and then people that watch the live stream, they can enjoy the live stream. But for those that are not used to the channel, they can kind of get their feet wet with a short video, and then it'll be a recruitment tool to the live streams.
Of course, yeah.
I'm gonna run that by Foxy and see what Foxy thinks, because Foxy is a major contributor too, and so what we'll do is get some other people's opinions and rock from there.
It's also very important, Freezy, especially when you're in this experimental phase, is when you have these type of ideas, just pump them out, just execute them, and just see how they go. Because some will work and some won't. You know what I mean? But it's important to execute them and see where that road would go.
Yeah. And so yeah, that's a good point. So we got about 14 or so people. I hope we didn't lose everybody, but I guess we'll get back started with.
Yeah, we'll be fine.
Yeah.
Once we start rolling, they'll accumulate.
Yo, look who's in the building. Free Keith and his. Yeah.
Who's impressed you the most, and who has not impressed you the most so far in 3 games?
So to be honest with you, man, I'm really not impressed with the preseason.
just as a whole.
Yeah, just no, not in general. Preseason games really mean a lot to me, but this year's preseason is really, man. And it's because they picked the worst 2 teams in the league for us to play.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So we're playing Detroit. They're trash. What's
what
good?
were they gonna do?
Play against better teams.
Who?
What? Brooklyn is right across the damn river.
Nah,
Philly.
That would have been and what that would have did for Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying?
Forget Brooklyn. I don't care about Brooklyn. I'm saying that's good for us.
That would have been a dope game. Yeah, I definitely would like this. We'd have got our asses handed to us, but I definitely would.
Twice.
Exactly.
When
teams think about these rotations much differently.
Quite easily.
Right. So, and I understand. Hey, your question is a good question. Mm-hmm. My answer though was had a point. I don't want to say sharp because it wasn't sharp. It was pointed. I would say that. Mm-hmm. And then the reason why my answer is pointed, man, because we played the worst 2 teams in the league, and they didn't even feel their best roster.
Yeah.
So you really can't even judge.
Yeah, bro. Like cats are getting super excited. I'm telling everybody to chill, like relax. Like we really ain't test nothing yet. Like,
well, like I've been a coach and I've been a developer for years, and I look at the game like that. Like you have to judge your talent on a game-to-game basis, no matter if it's preseason or not. So that's why I ask those type of questions. Like who's coming along, who's taking 2 steps back, who's stagnant. You know what I mean?
No, your question was a great question. Your question, what I'm saying is that I really can't. I'm really not feeling us assessing Emmanuel Quickly's future. Yeah. Based on what we saw
in 1 quarter of really good basketball. Like,
right.
I'm excited. I'm excited though. Trust me, it definitely like that game. That last quarter of that game really kind of like encouraged me. Like, I want to see more things. Like it's dope. I think it's in a good direction, but I can't count it as anything more than hopefulness, like until I see it like at least 3 times.
Okay, let me rephrase my question. What have you seen this year under Tom Thibodeau that we haven't seen in the last 2 or 3 years?
I mean, Tom is really he's like 2 weeks old, bro. Like for real. Like,
so you haven't seen no differences in 3 games?
I'm one of the ones who feel like I see his input on Randall, to tell you the truth. Like that to me is the biggest input, the biggest immediate change that I could see, or I feel like effect that I could attribute to Tibbs.
Okay, I'll give you an example. The on-ball pressure, 90 feet, has looked great and has not looked like that in the last couple of years. That's an example.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Defensive intensity. I give you that. Like, there's definitely an immediate effect on defense right now. 100%.
And that's a good thing.
Right.
Definitely. But I was kind of more speaking about, or like referencing, like, to me, like the immediacy of maybe even, I feel like his effect on certain players.
Right.
And I see it on Randall. Like, I think he's passed more in these last 3 games than he did all season for us.
Yeah. In terms of offensive continuity, it definitely looks different.
I didn't expect to see that so soon, or I should say, like an effect like that so soon. Like he passed out of situations that we know that he would have taken, that he would have forced shots in, and I felt like that was fairly impressive for Tibbs only to have been a week and a half old with them, for real.
Right. Here's another example. We've done a better job of getting to the 3-point line and running guys off the 3-point line.
Yeah.
Right.
So those are important
But we
things.
do break down. But I am noticing like that if things break down, it is on the perimeter and defensively.
Right.
That's because guys get stuck in their rotations off ball, and they do a little bit more ball watching instead of rotating and moving their feet. That comes in time.
Right. Man, hey, so I'm having a issue with this, man. I'm just gonna rock with this, y'all. Hey, so shout out to the chat. I'm having an issue with the chat again. For some reason, the join is stuck. I think it's an issue with them. So I'm gonna just go, as long as it doesn't affect the live stream. I think we'll be good. But and I may jump over to YouTube, but you know, it's one of those, you know, situations where I can't see an immediate fix for it. So I'm gonna just go ahead and rock with what we got. So, but okay, there. All right, so the thing with the I'm gonna just say this about the roster, and I may be wrong. I may be proven wrong tonight, but I think Quickly is legitimate. But I don't want to rush him. I don't care what Freak Heath tells me. I still don't want to give this kid 10 minutes a game yet. You don't
want to give him 10 minutes?
10? Come on, Freezy.
Come on, bro. 10 minutes? You bugging out. Like,
who you
he's probably one of our smaller perimeter players.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that to troll y'all, but legit, look how many guards we signed in the offseason. Who are you going to sit?
Dude, son, 10 minutes, though? Like, come on, bro. Like,
who you going to sit? Who you going to sit?
Peyton.
I'll sit Elf for a couple minutes, because a couple minutes more, and I like Elf. I'm one of the ones who like Elf.
Not for this team.
I'll sit him for the team. Like, the dude got something. Like, it's undeniable that kid got something. Like, I want to explore that for a second.
I know that. I know that, dog. And I'm with you. I'm not saying Quickly's a scrub. I'm not saying that. I'm saying don't rush him out there too early.
For what?
What do we got to lose doing it?
If he's ready, he's ready. What do you mean? Like, but I feel what you're saying. I'm not a person who like when people were like, yo, like, just put Frank out there. Like, it's year one. Just put a why all these other point guards playing ahead of him? Like, yo, he would have embarrassed himself. Like, and it would have been.
But that would have been a good thing, because then we know not to roll with Frank.
Yeah, but sometimes it's unnecessarily, like, you put a guy out there who could be better with a little more work, and you just ruin him totally, like, by putting him out at the wrong time. But that's not Quickly, though. That's definitely not Quickly.
I'm not sure if I want to do that, man, because he legit looked like this against the Detroit Pistons. I mean, the Cleveland Cavaliers.
He needs to get the jitters out. That's it. Like, or he's the kind of, I'm looking at him, and that the first game that Tibbs put him in, I was like, yo, like, for the little bit of time he was in, I was like, yo, I like this guy. He got a burst. He just needs to calm down a little bit. And then the second game where he got the more time, like, I saw him like get a little bit more relaxed, and he's way more effective. I'm waiting for him to be super comfortable with the NBA game. I think we'll be impressed.
I'm with you. I'm with you, dog. I'm with you. What I'm saying, though, is I prefer to see that around game 20. You know what I'm saying?
You see what he's doing? Yo, just think about the mental acumen that it takes for him. Like, he did it 3 times in a row where he almost hit the dude for the foul, where he jumped into him for the foul. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like he has a presence of mind that's ready already. It's there.
If Tibbs decides to go with Austin at the point guard for Freezy, right? Which most likely he might do, right?
And I can see that too, but I don't see.
Just hold on, right? Would you wouldn't say that Quickly would not be a serviceable backup point guard? and at least get 15, 20 minutes a night with that second unit over DSJ at that point guard.
Yo, my man came in and copped a quick 7 assists. Like,
I know this and look good doing it
with the jitters and everything.
And look natural doing it.
Nah, he still looked like somebody's little brother. Like he was excited to be out there. Like, I just need that to calm down. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I see it. I see the fringes of it. Like, he frayed a little bit.
Right.
But he get that comfortability. He get that comfort under him. He's straight.
But dog, we talking about Elfrid Payton, DSJ, Elf P. Who else? Austin Rivers. I mean, dog.
But
and then
Austin is gonna be a backup, or he's gonna play some too though. Probably mostly.
So who's our point guard then?
Elf is the point guard.
Jesus Christ.
Elf is the point. Y'all hate him because he can't shoot. I mean, I dig it. You know what I'm saying? But really, like, understand that that's really your only slight with the kid, man. He's a good point guard. He runs the team
with that starting unit. Elfrid Payton would be a gigantic liability, and the floor would shrink gigantically, and nobody will have space to do anything.
Right.
You see the third quarter.
So if more people, if the other people who can shoot, it shouldn't be that big a deal.
Okay, so
who we got in the starting unit?
Probably Alec Burke.
Yeah, we got a shooter.
He'll help that.
He'll definitely help that.
Who else?
Bully at 3.
How about RJ?
You got to start RJ. You got to start RJ.
Yeah. You're right.
And they're giving RJ that 3 until he proves that they got to come out on him.
Yeah.
They're giving Randall that 3 until they prove that they have to come out on him.
Yeah.
So what do you do?
Okay. No, I mean, in that scenario, definitely. I can see in that scenario.
Mm-hmm.
Well. So the thing is somebody in the chat mentioned Miles Powell, and I'm glad they brought him up.
Mm-hmm.
Man, hey, tonight, I think we legit need to see some Miles Powell.
Yes,
I would like to, but I think he's about to get buried.
Yes, him and Quickly are both gonna get.
Not quickly.
Not quickly.
He's not getting buried. Quickly's not getting buried. Like, Miles is about to get buried. Like, we ain't seeing Miles.
Iggy's getting buried.
And I'm so pissed at that, man.
Me too, bro.
So pissed at that.
The thing that frustrates me with the Knicks roster is, so I want to agree with both of y'all about IQ getting burned, getting minutes, right? But so we have LP who's going to get starters minutes at point guard, and then you gotta give DSJ the reclamation minutes as the backup point, right? Then you got to play Frank. Then you got to play Austin Rivers. You got to play RJ. You got to play Alec Burks.
So you don't got to play nobody. Yo, Tibbs ain't playing all those people. So, like, I
know.
I'm just waiting. Look.
So
game 10 is my game. That's the game to me. Game 10 of the regular season. That's when my evaluation for real.
I'm gonna look at our first 10 game schedule real quick. Give me a second. Knicks.
Because what's gonna happen is we had this conversation. These are cool little fan conversations, but we all know Tibbs is whittling down to like a 9-man rotation.
Yes.
Maybe. You know what I'm saying? So
not to start though.
No, he won't do it to start. That's why I said 10 games in. Give me 10 games in, and then we can have a conversation for real. Because I feel like Quickly is definitely making that 10-man, that 9.
Okay, look, guys, this is our first 10 games. You ready? We got opening night against the Pacers. Then
Smash.
We got the 76ers after. We got the Milwaukee Bucks. Hold on. I'm not done. We got the Milwaukee Bucks.
What?
Okay. Yeah. Right.
Giannis is a sucker. We his food.
We got the Cavaliers, right? That's a winnable game.
Definitely
winnable. We got Toronto. We got the Pacers again. We got Atlanta. We got the Jazz. We got OKC. That's winnable. And maybe not because OKC's kind of deep, low key. We got Denver, we got
They
Charlotte,
all
Brooklyn.
winnable. You
This is
bugging
disaster.
out. You bugging out. We eating good. Give us the hardest run early. Let's do it.
Right.
Everybody is food this season.
We could be 2-8.
Food.
We could be 2-8 to start the season.
We could be, or we could be,
which I have no problem with that.
Or we could be 8 and 2. Let's go.
Yeah, right. I am being nice.
Yeah. I feel like the beginning of the beginning of the season is always a little bit of a toss up because like you don't really for real know the teams that the early teams that face each other off. So like yes, they are all looking they are all looking at us the same way you just did. Like, oh, that's an easy game. That's gonna be an easy one. We about to steal some games early. Watch. We stealing some games early off surprise alone. Like, oh, we didn't know they coming with this kind of defense. Oh, like we still tired too. Like our offseason was short too, like everybody else's. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
Keith, I feel like very optimistic.
I feel like we snatching, like we're definitely eating. We're eating the Pacers food. We eating the Pacers. Definitely.
I don't know.
You're tripping. You're tripping, bro.
We definitely eating.
You are optimistic.
Yeah, overly optimistic.
We're eating their food. It's ours. I tasted already.
They still have a dude named T.J. Warren, right? And a dude named Malcolm Brogdon.
They got Sabonis. They got Depot. They got Brogdon. They got
Turner. Sabonis could kick rocks. I don't give a damn who they think they got. We got the Knicks. We got Toby quickly in the gang.
That's all right, man. We'll come back 10 games later and see how that all unfolded.
I mean, they might be salty. They might be salty and come take that one back. That might be theirs. Like, I give them that because they was embarrassed that they got beat by the Knicks. Like, watch.
Hey, is that Pacers opening night is in New York or Indy?
No. Yeah, that's them. That's
I'll answer your question.
Our opening night is a different
it's away.
Oh,
our opening night. Our first home game, I think, is the
at 76ers.
Yeah, it's Philly.
Oh wow.
Yeah. We eating their food too, though. Everybody food getting eaten.
Okay.
Everybody.
Where'd you put in your coffee this morning, bro?
What?
Yeah, I know.
Look, give me some of that. I need some of that.
Look,
yeah, man.
Y'all got it got all kind of Frank churches and Frank Safarians. I'm at the Church of Knicks right now. Like,
right. Yeah, me too. I'm with you. I'm just sitting in the back.
Yeah.
That's all right. I'll leave the choir.
Keith is our Theo Pinson.
Right. Yeah, but so our schedule is so tough early on, man. I don't know if we'll be able to recover. I think once we get in,
I hope we don't.
Nah, see, because y'all, I hate tanking ass fans. Dude, it's pointless to tank. I feel like get beat up early. Let them get beat up early. Like with a coach like Tibbs, they can weather, like, you know what I'm saying, like that. They'll learn something through that. Let them get wrecked early.
Right.
We're gonna be competitive and we're still gonna lose, which I'm fine with that.
Which is fine. I don't have a problem with competitive losses. I have zero problem with competitive losses.
If you're gonna take L's, at least let it be competitive.
That's it. I have no problem with that. Yeah. Try to win.
And the young guys develop, I'm happy. You won't hear people.
My thing is I think the Knicks need to develop a winning culture. Like every game, every rep of every practice, every game, every shoot around, you need to have one goal in mind, and that's win. Right? But
I'm sorry, my
fault. But I feel like our roster is grossly undermanned. Now, with that said, that doesn't mean that you can't win. I'm just saying it's an uphill battle, is all I'm saying.
Absolutely.
But understand, there's a crucial part of developing a winning culture. There's a
blueprint.
But there's a crucial part of that. Like winning is a part of building a winning culture. Like you really can't build a winning culture without the wins.
Yeah, but that comes later, though.
Now it has to come during.
No. Got to develop. You got to be competitive. Then you get to win it. Step-by-step process, man. You can't go from the first floor to the fourth floor. You got to go to the second and third first.
Right.
Right.
I can dig that. But the thing is, though, Knicks fans have watched their team lose for so long. We feel like we're not on the first floor anymore. We feel like we're not.
This is what I'm saying. Like we're not running out there. Like it's only two or three rookies. Everybody else been in the league for like three seasons at least.
Right.
Like I'm saying, like it's some stuff about like basketball that they should just know right now. Like they've been in the NBA. Like they know plays. They know like come on. Like this is a better team, talent wise, than we had last year. Would you agree?
So with this roster, Keith, I'm gonna answer you. I'm gonna answer your question with a question. With this roster, how many wins are we getting?
Right.
Is it a better roster than last year? Maybe. So now with this roster, how many wins are we getting?
It's an upgraded roster for what we've lost and what we've gained. It's to me, it's a positive. It's we're in a positive end. No.
So how many wins are we getting this year with this roster?
37.
37? Okay.
Nah,
you're very optimistic.
Nah, that's my fan number. That's my fan. It's normally 42.
Right. I was gonna say, hey, you know how quiet I got. I was like, I ain't co-signing that.
It's normally 42. It's 42, but this is a contracted season, so 37 for this season. But like that's just my fan number. But like
what's your real number?
Yeah, I can see us pulling off 28 to 30.
That's optimistic.
Okay,
I'm just saying that with that in mind, right? We're hunting for a playoff spot under those conditions. You understand that?
Okay.
And you think that's possible? Right. That we're hunting for an 8 spot this season? Yes. Yes, I do. Wow. I need some of that coffee, bro.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, that's crazy. I don't know if it's good, but I'll have fun though.
Yeah, hey, that's how you got to do it, man.
I got them at 21 wins this season, 20 to 21.
Well, that's what Vegas got. I
didn't even know Vegas had that, but that's where I'm at.
That's what Vegas got. It's 22. Vegas got us for 21, 22.
I got 22 to 27 wins. Tops.
Y'all so optimistic.
Our guys back.
That's a lot, man? And I feel like that's a lot.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Hey, so
27 is on the high end.
My guys is coming. Yo, I can't. Yo, and somebody out there, like, make sure y'all tag this. Like, make sure that this, like, I need this particular show, like, earmarked, because I want to come back to this particular timestamp.
Right.
Like I don't see 30 wins. Where do you see who gives us 30 wins? Like this is how I see it.
Who are beating out? Who is beating out for that 8 spot?
This is how I see it. This is how I break it down. Your star players should win you about a third of your games.
Yo, we have star players.
It's a team.
We don't have a star. That's what I was about to get to. We don't have a star player.
Okay.
So
it's a team sport.
Right, I know it's a team sport, right? But at the end of the day, certain players win you certain games. You know what I mean? And they might not score 50. You know what I mean? But it might be that in that 7 to 8 minute time span where he goes quickly. For instance, the last game, you know what I mean? It was that time span where it looked like he didn't want to lose. You feel me? Right. You know what I mean?
But it wasn't. It wasn't him by himself, though.
No, it wasn't. It's a team effort, right? But it's going to be a time where somebody plays above where they're supposed to. You know what I mean? Like,
so I'm not saying that there's not an exceptional player out there. Like, I totally agree with that. What I'm saying is we attribute. I think like we do things like attribute numbers too closely with guys. Like, oh, like this guy is on the team. That means 10 more wins. Like this guy, like. I don't think it just like works just smoothly like that. Like
Okay.
So for 30 wins, right? With 30 wins that you're predicting, right? Who are we beating out for that 8 spot or 9 spot?
I feel like the Pacers are definitely like they like I feel like we could get the Pacers.
So we're going to be better or the same record with the Pacers.
No, the immediate answer should be Orlando, right? So we'll beat out Orlando because they lost
that's
their
what
best
I was
player.
looking for.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, we definitely beat out Orlando, but like, I wasn't even thinking Orlando, but yeah, we definitely would beat out Orlando. I think that we could beat out Orlando, and I don't think that's too far a reach. But I still also feel like we could beat out the Pacers.
That's
in Charlotte.
Can we beat out Charlotte?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Charlotte's beat it. Yeah, definitely.
We beat out Chicago.
The first 10 games. If we can come out, get hot on a hot start, then we might have a chance.
Did you hear the schedule, sir? We're not getting off.
No, he did not.
So anyway,
he did not.
Okay, wait. Let's cool it.
But it's the beginning of the season, though, and this is when you sneak and get those wins.
This is exactly what I told them.
Yeah, that's when you sneak and get those wins.
Before we get into listen, these are the first 10 games. Okay, listen.
Because they're looking at these games just like he looking at them, like, we playing the Knicks. Yeah. Oh, that's food.
Okay. Pacers, Philadelphia,
winnable.
That's a winnable game.
Wow, yeah, triple. Milwaukee Bucks.
My man, where you been? Let's do it. Go
Cleveland
for the rest.
Cavaliers, Toronto Raptors, Indiana Pacers, again, Atlanta, Utah Jazz, Oklahoma, Denver, Charlotte, Brooklyn, Cleveland, Boston. That's how our first 12 games is looking.
We can go.
You're just saying we're playing 500 ball with that?
We can. This is what I'm saying. I don't believe that. We can win those games like right now, today. You know what I mean? But in the game, those are games that we can win. Like the Pacers, we can beat them. You know what I mean? I don't feel like, we play the Pacers tonight, we're gonna lose. Like I don't feel that way. You know what I mean? Like the Bucks game, the Raptors. Maybe I do feel like we're gonna lose. You know what I mean?
We gotta start putting some wagers together, bro. We gotta make this interesting because
I told you like 20 wins. Just like we got 22 wins. Just like
we gotta start wagering, or we gotta get some of that coffee Free Keith been drinking. We gotta do either one.
Right.
Pass that around to the left-hand side.
Yeah, man.
Corner store Ox finest.
Are we better than Chicago?
Are we better than Chicago on paper? No, I don't think so. But
no, are we better than Chicago? Just seeing how
on
Chicago
paper, no.
looks.
But can we beat them in a game? Yeah,
dude.
There's a difference.
I feel like
Chicago low key got nice this year, bro.
I generally will not count us out of a game.
I mean, didn't we beat the Rockets last year? Like we beat a couple of teams that we shouldn't have beat last year. So you know,
we're getting surprised. We're getting surprise wins from cats who don't realize who coming into the game thinking that we softer than we are. Like it's going to be an easier win than it is. That's how we really beat the Rockets. Like they came into the game slipping.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Really
so thought it was about games. If you can hop on a couple of teams early, we can win a few games.
72 game schedule. Dudes are not doing that this year. Sorry,
dude. It's a short.
And that's another reason why we might be able to win. It's a shortened season. Players might be. I
think that works against us.
It might be a lot of DMPs at the beginning of the season.
Not in the beginning. Yeah, not in the beginning. Health is working in our factor. That youth is working in your factor in the beginning. Cats everybody got the same short off season we had.
We had a long one.
Some of them played in the bubble. Them bubble teams ain't trying to come back right now with full 110% energy.
True.
We're stealing some games, yo. We stealing some games, and that's why I want this bookmark because I want to come back to this conversation.
Hey, it's recorded. We could always go back.
I mean, I don't feel like we're gonna win 30 games, but we can win 20, mid-20s.
Yo, my man Warren said 34-37. That's good. Warren Franklin. That's right.
That's ridiculous.
That's where we at. That's the kind of energy we appreciate.
Yeah, it's great energy. Yeah,
that's 500. That's 500 right there.
That's delusional energy.
That's it. It's not 500.
Games,
37 is not 500. 37 is one game above 500, and that's where we going. Right. That's a winning season. Let's do it.
I love the energy. I love it. I feel it.
I love the energy,
Let's
man.
do it.
That's not what's going to happen, though.
Hey, look.
Because the reason why I was gonna let y'all get in, man, and you went to that point. But the thing that we fail to realize is once you catch one team slipping, the next team in that same situation is the coach is gonna be like, yo, they caught Toronto slipping the other night, so we got to come out here and play. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not going to catch 3 playoff teams slipping in a row. It just don't happen. And then plus teams
like we do.
Nah, but we can catch them slipping on it's a short season. It's a short season, short off season, short training camp and all that. We can catch teams slipping that way. We would have to. That would be the best. That would be the only way we can win a lot of games.
Don't we have a back-to-back in there?
Let me look.
I think we have a lot of back-to-backs. We're gonna have a lot of back-to-backs.
Hey, Freezy, we gotta get some wagers going, bro. We gotta make this interesting.
Because, I'm telling you, within a week, we could catch 3 teams slipping. Bing, bing.
Wow.
That's 3 in the positives.
Dude, this ain't your local men's league, bro. This is the NBA, bro. We ain't gonna be catching too many teams sleeping, bro. Like, it doesn't work that way. Okay, anyway,
it's a make or miss league at the end of the day.
That Philadelphia, Milwaukee is back to back.
Okay, Philadelphia and Milwaukee is back to back.
Oh yeah.
Philadelphia, Milwaukee is back to back. Oh my God.
That's all we have until we have a Clippers and Bulls back to back, but that's January 31st or February 1st. So
I feel like in that back to back we could beat the Sixers.
I think so too, but
you think we could beat the Philadelphia 76ers?
The Sixers aren't. The Sixers are a team that you can catch them on a night where they don't even know who they are. Some nights they don't even know how they want to play. Some nights
we almost beat them with last year's team too, and coaching.
And Doc will run a better ship there than Brett Brown did. So
I'll give you that.
They still have the same players. They still have Ben Simmons and
really talk about they upgraded.
That they are not. They are
Who
not.
Else did they get? Who did they get?
They got Seth Curry.
Oh wow, they upgraded.
They got the wrong. They got the other Curry.
Seth fits what they do perfectly. What are you talking about?
Seth is not a needle mover. That's like us signing Austin Rivers. He's not like good.
Oh man,
he's good, but he's not what. So you're saying if Steph Curry? So wait, so you're saying this? If Steph Curry was on the Knicks, he would give us more wins than what you predicted already?
I don't think either of them could get us more wins.
No,
you're talking like Steph Curry is a factor. He's just another player on the team.
He's a role player,
he's a role player.
But he fits perfect for what they need.
Right.
They had
exactly.
And so did Landry Shamet and JJ Redick. They all fit.
But let me finish.
And JJ produced hella. So what are you talking about?
Yeah. So the missing piece to them was shooting at the 2-guard spot. When they replaced shooting at the 2-guard spot with defense, they wasn't effective. So they're just going back to what they know to be success, and that's having shooting at the 2-guard spot with Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid. You know what I'm saying? Now that you have shooting at the 2-guard spot, you don't have to have JoJo out there shooting threes and all that.
This is their roster going to be crazy.
I get you on that, but I'm just saying personally, I just feel like the Sixers themselves, you know what I mean? That's a team that is a good team, but is a team that you can beat. You feel me? It's a team that you can go in there and beat.
The Knicks.
They're saying the Knicks can take that.
That's what I'm saying. Any team period. The Sixers aren't a collective.
We almost beat them last year. We almost beat them last
unit
year
where it's like. Right. What I'm saying is, I don't feel like the Sixers are a collective unit to where we have to feel like, oh, we play them. It's a for sure loss on the schedule. You feel me? That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that we're better than them. I'm not saying we're better than them, that we have a roster than them, a better team, coaching, nothing. But I feel like they're a team that, even though that they're a upper echelon team, a better team, that teams can beat them. They're not, you know what I mean? They're not.
Well, the thing is though, with almost and so Free Keith, I'm gonna tell you this, man. And Legion of the Knicks podcast get on me a lot. So every time somebody say almost, I get into this Janet Jackson story. Right. I have a Janet Jackson story out there. Right. And so I told Legion of the Knicks podcast, maybe one of these days when we, get some downtime, I'll finish the Janet Jackson story. You know what I'm saying? Every time I hear somebody say almost or coulda, almost, I was, yeah. And that's the thing with the Sixers, man.
We're talking in hypothetical, though. Like, we can only.
No, he's talking about when I said we almost beat them last year, last season.
Right.
Okay.
Is what I'm saying. Yeah. So what I'm saying is in theory, when we look at it, we want to feel like we have a shot against anybody. But somebody, a realist is gonna say, there's no way a team that's led by Elfrid Payton and Alec Burks is gonna knock off the Philadelphia 76ers. Or RJ Barrett is going to
look. Just go down the roster: Tobias Harris, Danny Green, Dwight Howard, Cortmon's off the bench, Maxey, Shake Milton, Paul Reed. They just drafted. Paul Reed got game, by the way. Watch out for him. Mike Scott off the bench. Matisse Thybulle, one of the best perimeter defenders in the league. Come on, bro.
Yeah,
not being that team, bro.
We don't need
This is what you're not saying. Understanding, Dave. I understand that, but
nobody's taking away from
that.
We're
not knocking that. What we're saying is they're not.
They can get beat.
They can get beat. They're not the Warriors. They're not. You know what I mean? They're not the Lakers. They're not the Bucks. Like, you know what I mean? They are a beatable team.
They're a super team. Like, they could get beat.
They are a team that
we got. We got
Noel
and Mitch on the block. We got 48 minutes of like rim protection. Like, I'm good. So
according to you guys, we're starting off the season 2-0.
I never said that. That's a great point.
Maybe
I never said that.
Maybe I'm just not counting these games out. I'm just not counting them out.
Okay.
No, Keith, you said that we're going to eat Indiana. You said we're going to eat.
Yes, we're going to eat. Yes, right? We're eating food. Yes,
and then you just said Philly is beatable.
Philly is beatable.
Beatable. He didn't say we're going to win the game.
It's a definite. That's beatable, meaning like we can manage to beat them.
Okay, right. So you're saying we could start the season 2-0.
Yes, we possibly could.
Anybody can start the season 2-0. That's not far-fetched.
Anybody could. We're saying is this Knicks team realistically going to start the season 2?
Right, but
that's what we're talking about.
Yeah, you're not understanding what you're saying though. You're saying that.
Clear what I'm saying.
You're basically saying we're going to start 0-2 for a fact, 100%.
Absolutely.
See, that doesn't make any sense.
So you can make that so without playing any games, you can make that a fact. But I can't say that 2-0 is a possibility.
Okay.
2-0. We're not saying I can't say 2-0 is a possibility, but 0-2 is a fact.
You're entitled to your perspective, sir. Just like I am.
Right, but you're making your perspective seem like it's the be all end all.
Not at all.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying that 2-0 to me is a possibility. Like, I'm not saying it's definite. Like, we're definitely going to be 2-0 after the first 2 games, but I can see a pathway to it being a possibility. You're saying that 0-2 is a definite, meaning there is no other possibility.
It's a large possibility.
Okay, I respect your opinion, but you can't. Don't come off like it's like the only thing like that can happen. Like we can definitely beat the Pacers, like and the Sixers. They're not like, oh my God, we play these 2 teams, they're gonna beat us. Like, nah. Like the Sixers are a division team. Teams in each division, in your division, you play them tougher. No matter what it is, no matter if you're sorry, if you're good, those games are always a good games, winnable games.
I'm just saying I don't see it as a like 100% impossibility that we cannot beat either one of those teams.
Right. Like I never even said anything about the Sixers roster or nothing. I just said I think we could beat them. I think they got a better roster, better everything, better coaching. Nah, I wouldn't say about better coaching.
Nah, yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like this is like all of that stuff, but see, all of that stuff matters. Like all of that matters. So whatever. Like I look at it very plain and simply. Like I like that we are an upgraded team from last year, in my opinion. Like if you went down from what we lost to what we've gained, I feel like we're in a positive in terms of those 2 dynamics. And like even as sloppy as things were last season, like we were competitive against these teams. So why wouldn't I think we could beat them now with better coaching and upgraded talent? Like it just like not saying that we are 100% definitely going to beat them, but like to me that is a recipe for being able to do so. That's just me.
Right.
I mean, look, I'm looking at the games last year. The 76ers beat us by 5, and they beat us by the other game that I'm looking at. It was 9, I think.
And you say who they picked up? Steph Curry?
Yeah, like those are winnable
Danny
games.
Green.
Danny Green ended his own. Let me talk about that. I live in LA.
I mean, Doc Rivers is a different animal than Brett
Doc
Brown.
Rivers sucks as a coach. What are you talking about?
Doc Rivers does not suck as a
coach, he
bro.
doesn't. I can't really cop to that. I can't cop to that.
So what has Doc Rivers? Hold on. Do y'all know that in NBA history, there's only been like 4 teams that come back 3-1. Doc Rivers is like 3 of them.
We understand.
He's not.
Well, I mean, but Davin, with the point that you're missing is, in order for you to lose a series that you were down 3-1 in, you had to make the playoffs. And Doc Rivers legit took teams. I mean, he's only had. So anybody that's 40 plus years old will understand that the Clippers were not only the worst team in basketball, they were the worst team in sports in general.
Wait,
Doc Rivers goes there. Doc Rivers goes there.
Chris Paul. Hold on. Doc Rivers has had great teams. He coached T-Mac and Grant Hill. They lost 3-1. He had Chris Paul. When they had Chris Paul, they had Blake Griffin, they had JJ Redick, Jamal Crawford, all of them. They lost 3-1. They just had Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, and all of them. They lost 3-1. Like Doc Rivers, he doesn't. How is he?
But so your point. So, okay, so I give you
that. Great rosters and they still lost.
But Dev, I concede that point. That's an excellent point. But what I'm telling you is, before Doc Rivers, the Clippers were the worst team in professional sports, and I'm not talking about nationally. I'm talking about globally. They were the worst.
I give you that. I live in LA. I give you that.
And they had all the resources. They had a rich owner. They played in 2 major cities. You know what I'm saying? They had all the resources in the world to be great. But before Doc, they were.
So with those same rosters that the Clippers had, you don't think another coach could have led them to the playoffs and lose 3-1 and can let a team come back?
But Dev, I already conceded that point. But
listen, Doc is not.
You're right.
I'm saying
you're right.
Doc is not a championship caliber coach.
My point is, we can't say Doc Rivers is trash.
Caliber coach.
I said Doc is not a championship caliber coach, but
he's won championships.
He's got a championship.
He's won one. My point being is that
championship caliber to me,
dude. That was like 12 years ago. My point being is that, but you could bring Doc into an organization and he'll have your guys playing. You guys will make the playoffs. You guys will be a threat. He's a good coach.
But hold on. But when have you seen that? And he's had a bad roster that wasn't supposed to make the playoffs. That's what I'm trying to say.
That Clippers roster when they had Lou Williams and Montrezl Harrell. Before they got Kawhi and Paul George. Yeah.
And they had Chris Paul and they had
Chris Paul was with the Rockets at that time.
Yeah, Shea Gilgeous.
You live in LA, right?
Remember? Yeah, I'm just the reason why
that roster wasn't good. That roster wasn't good.
They overachieved. Anybody would attest to that.
Who?
That's weird. I wasn't gonna jump in, but that's a weird thing though. Like when people say that somebody overachieved in sport, like
right, like what the
hell does that mean?
That team was not expected to make the playoffs.
You thought I was a loser doesn't mean I think I'm a loser.
Right. Like that team was not expected to make the playoffs. That's why.
Because they were nicer than people thought.
That's fine. That's overachieving. When the consensus is that you're not making the playoffs and you make the playoffs, that's an overachievement.
So wait, what year are you talking about? 2015?
No,
16?
The year before they got Kawhi and Paul George.
Yeah, we're talking about 2018-19, 2 years ago. 2018-19,
when
2 years
Durant
ago.
was still with the Warriors.
They still had Blake. They still had DeAndre. They had Tobias Harris.
They did not have Blake. He was with Detroit.
They had Gallinari. They had Lou Williams. That's a playoff team.
Dude, Blake was not there. They traded Blake to Detroit.
Mid-season
was not there.
Mid-season.
He played
It
with
was
them
like
half
a quarter
the
of the season, and he was injured.
It
for like
wasn't a
5 or 10
quarter.
games.
It was mid-season.
Oh,
What are you talking about?
Man, Blake got traded in the 17-18 season.
They had 42 wins. So you telling me that roster shouldn't have got 42 wins?
It was not expected. No.
And that was okay.
Doc Rivers did a hell of a job with that team.
Let's just give Doc some
credit.
I don't think that Doc is a bad coach. I think Doc is a top-tier coach. That's definitely.
So but we're not about to act like he's just like the greatest, like one of the greatest coaches like to ever do it. He's
that's not what we're saying. I'm just saying that
he's benefited is he an upgrade
from the rosters that he's had?
But he's an upgrade. I give y'all that he's an upgrade in coaching from Brett Brown.
Yeah, absolutely.
I give you that. Yeah. But we're not gonna act like he's just taking teams like from here and there and just like, all right, you're good now. He's not.
But I wouldn't even be arguing with you if you said that Doc is mediocre, but you said Doc is trash. Right. So when you say Doc is trash,
that's crazy.
Man, y'all act like it's so hard. Y'all be acting like it's so hard to coach the NBA players. Like, come on, like it's their job. It's their job. That's what they're supposed to do. All you got to do is call a couple plays and put some people in good positions.
You'll be surprised how hard it is to coach an NBA team.
Yeah, and to be honest with you,
maybe like the personalities and all that, but like to coach a team, like come on. When you have a roster that Doc Rivers has had, it's not that hard.
But we're not arguing that, man. But you said Doc is trash. That's the only reason why.
Wait. Before the season started last year, what did you guys think the Clippers were going to do?
We understand that Doc failed. That still does not make him a bad coach.
The only time Doc succeeded is when he had 4 Hall of Famers on his team. That's the only time he's actually been great. 4. He had 4 Hall of Famers on his team.
Bro, but what I'm
so saying is Phil Jackson. So is Phil Jackson. Jackson had Hall of Famers on his team. He's a great coach, ain't he?
Yeah, yeah,
he won 11 championships. He won 11 to Doc's 1.
Now we're getting on him for one championship.
So the thing is with saying the coach is trash, like we equate a trash coach to David Fizdale.
For real, dog.
Like we thought David Fizdale was trash. You know what I'm saying? And to say Doc is trash like Fizdale, I think makes it a little bit.
So wait, time out. So you're saying if David Fizdale was the coach of another team that had the same talent Doc Rivers had, he wouldn't have done the same shit Doc did? My bad for easy for cussing. The same thing Doc did?
Not as efficiently, no.
What?
No. Did you see what Fizdale did to the Memphis Grizzlies? The Memphis Grizzlies
went the year before were playoff
trash that year.
Wow.
With Fizdale.
Memphis has been on the decline since before Fizdale. Fizdale just happened to be the coach. They was on a decline. Conley is on a decline. Conley on a decline, right? Gasol on a decline, right? Zach Randolph not in the league no more, right? Rudy Gay not on the team no more. Memphis was on a decline already.
So Fizdale could coach?
I never said he could coach.
So
I never said he was a great coach at all. I never said that at all.
Right.
I never said that at all. No. But we're not going to act like Doc Rivers is just about to take the Sixers and send them to the championship.
I never said that.
No, that's not what we're saying. That's not what we're saying.
So what are you saying? He's an okay coach?
I'm saying he's going to do a good job with the 76ers. That's what I'm saying.
Right, but what I'm saying, all right, so look, time out. This is what I see. This is a good coach to me. Who's the coach of the Thunder? Last year. Who was the coach of the Thunder?
I don't know
Billy
the cat
Donovan,
name.
right?
Billy Donovan.
Billy Donovan.
No, Billy Donovan's in Chicago.
No, but last year. He said last year.
Last year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Billy
Thunder had made the playoffs last year?
Right.
Yeah.
Come on, are you being real? The Thunder should have been a playoff team last year with that roster. Are you being serious right now?
Oh, you said should they been a playoff team? That was your question? My bad. I didn't think they were going to do as well as they did. They overachieved.
They had a Hall of Fame point guard. So.
I was about to say, yo, CP3 got them to the playoffs. What you mean?
No, I'm not.
No, but nobody. No, come on. Nobody had the Thunder. Nobody had the Thunder at the 6th spot, bro.
Yeah, because people undervalued CP3. That's why.
Right.
That's why.
Which is true.
Right. And good coaching.
That's why.
Good coaching. It wasn't just
and so
I definitely think it was good coaching as well. But like, dude, like,
yeah, I give CP3 a lot of credit. A lot of credit. But good coaching got them there too.
Even the coach talked about how CP3 actually pulled the team together.
Right.
And that's good coaching to step aside and know, like, okay,
they can't want to trade for him.
And he's going to do well with Chicago as well.
And so, I just want to say this just to clarify my stance, right? I'm not saying that Billy Donovan didn't do a great job, or any NBA coach. What I'm saying is when you mention Doc is trash, I guess it's like one of those situations where I feel like Doc is not trash. I mean, we can move on from this point if y'all want to.
Yeah, let's go forward. Let's move forward.
Yeah,
let's move forward amicably.
I just don't. I don't know.
Yeah. No. I mean, look, I understand.
All right. So wait. So I'll ask this a question. So, do you think if Doc Rivers was hired as the Knicks coach, do you think we make the playoffs?
I think he has the same struggle that Tom Thibodeau has.
Same roster.
I think
same roster.
No.
I think he has the same struggles that Tom Thibodeau will face.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I think both of them are playoff level coaches.
I feel you, but I feel like Tibbs would be better than Doc.
So in
certain areas.
You said for what we got going on.
Like Tom nails down defensively. Like defense is his go-to.
Yeah,
Doc wouldn't go down as hard as Tibbs does.
And I love it. I love that he's like hammering that home.
But I think Doc is better at with facilitating players' personalities within the team structure. I think he's better than Tibbs in that.
I feel like.
Go ahead. So Dan, you said that the Knicks would win about 20 games to 21 to 22 games, right? This season, right?
Correct.
How many do you think we would win with Doc Rivers as our coach?
Probably around the same.
All right. So that's not.
Oh, so that means Tom Thibodeau's a bad coach?
No, that doesn't mean he's a bad coach.
Okay.
But I'm just saying that doesn't mean that Doc Rivers is a great coach either.
Okay. I never said he was great. I said he was good.
Yeah, or at least depending on what your expectations are, at least Doc is a decent NBA coach. Because if you're used to winning championships and your team being successful, then you can say Doc is an okay coach. You know what I'm saying? But if you're a Knicks fan, you can't say Doc is trash. If you're a Knicks fan, you got to legit say Doc Rivers is a good NBA coach. Because I think it's about perspective. Because we've had trash coaches. We've had Derek Fisher. We had Kurt Rambis.
Like I said, I was in LA, so I see the clip. I watch Clipper games faithfully, almost as much as I watch the Knicks games. Doc don't really be doing nothing out there that's too amazing. He don't really make me feel like he got the team, like, you know what I mean? Like the Clippers last year was winning games last year just off pure talent. Like they weren't doing anything on the floor with plays and schemes and stuff that you can see that was just crazy. Like, you know what I mean? Like that was just like, all right.
Hey, but Fish, check this out though. You don't need to put sauce on steak. If the steak is already good, all you need is the sizzle. You know what I'm saying? You don't need steak.
That's exactly my point, though. That's the point that I've been trying to make.
If you guys
he's already had his steak with the sauce on it. He ain't had to do nothing.
Right.
It's already been marinated for him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But in say in New York though, we look at it a little bit different because we had we had Derek Fisher walking around acting like he knew what he was doing, but he was in over his head, and then you replace him. I mean, you got guys like Hornacek who want to run something and he handcuffed and getting stabbed in the back by Kurt Rambis. You know what I'm saying? We got bring in a Fizdale who was probably just not even wouldn't even be a good college coach. You know what I'm saying? So we got
coaches of all time.
Nah, he came in.
Yeah.
He came in. They picked him to manage personalities that they thought that they were going to get.
I think honestly,
Right.
I honestly think Fizdale might not have been a great coach, but he got screwed though. I'm not going to even lie.
Yeah.
He got screwed. He got screwed.
That situation wasn't the situation that was supposed to be.
He got screwed.
He was supposed to be game managing. He was supposed to be game managing Kyrie and KD. The same bill of goods that Mills. The same bill of goods that Mills sold to Dolan.
Yep. But Fizdale's mouth wrote a check that his skills couldn't cash.
Yep.
Because you got to keep the goal.
Great analogy.
You only gave him a roster with five power forwards. Like, I mean,
yo, like, dude, that was a total bait and switch. Like, there was no way in the world. Like,
I could have told you Fizdale was going to get fired. Like, before the season even started with the roster that we had.
And he should have. He should have gotten. They should have let Miller take the team from the time they brought him up in the summer. Like, they know very well that wasn't what Fizz was signed on to do. He wasn't signed on to come and develop kids. We was about to take the next step. We're supposed to have 2 stars. That's what we got all the cap money from the KD, the KP deal that they did mad quick. I'm sure they wouldn't have done if they didn't think that they was getting KD and Kyrie.
Right.
You all right?
And I think the biggest mistake they made was actually letting Mike Miller get the head coaching job after Fizdale. I think once they fired Fizdale, they should have gave that job to Caleb Canales, right? And so with Caleb, he legit has been in organizations where star guards have developed. Like, he was legit in Dame Lillard's ear before Dame time. You know what I'm saying? He was legit going to Terry Stotts like, no, don't run this high school offense. Run this complicated offense right here to get people open shots. And what they did was, but Caleb Canales' flaw, if it's a flaw, is he's probably, of all the people on earth, of all the human beings that exist on this planet, Caleb Canales is probably the nicest person, right? So he's smart. He's got all the basketball IQ, but he's legit the nicest person. And so I feel like the Knicks felt like if they hired Caleb Canales as a coach, the inmates would have ran the asylum, and they didn't want that. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you bring up a cat and Mike Miller, and who to me was in over his head. Caleb Canales is probably the best assistant out there. In terms
Mike
of
Miller did a bang up job with what he had, with what he got.
Really?
He was doing. What are you talking about?
So wait, are you guys containing wins and losses as a good coaching?
No, I'm not talking about wins and losses. I'm talking about team play. I
know what you're saying, Keith. I'm asking them. Are they saying like only wins equals good coaching?
Absolutely not.
Because there was a night and day difference to me in the team between Fizz and Miller. Like, all the stuff that y'all talk about, RJ and what you call it, like, that happened towards the end under Miller. Like, Miller had the team actually like going towards playing well. He actually, Randall was passing more. The team's offense was moving slightly more fluidly. Like, if he would have had the team from the summer, like, we may have actually been in the bubble.
No, man.
No bubble.
No, you can only the only thing Mike Miller did was run horns about 12 times a game. Dog, why are you bringing your power forwards up to the top of the key to shoot the three when you're power forward?
And also,
don't forget, Keith. Because
you got 18 power forwards. What you supposed to do?
Somehow.
And don't forget, Keith. He was playing those veterans a lot of minutes, bro. Mo Harkless was getting
because Miller told him that he had to win. He was directed to win still.
Oh, look,
that's not.
So
you can't
not understand that. Fizdale was coaching for his job. Once they didn't get Durant and Kyrie or no stars or nothing, he was coaching for his job. Now I got to make sure I keep my job. Same thing with Mike Miller. He was coaching to try to keep his job to be the head coach of the Knicks.
He's supposed to keep winning. What's he supposed to do? Like, I'm gonna play these scrubby kids now? No. I'm gonna take my chances with the vets. It's y'all mad at him because he had an operative like that he was told to do, and All of y'all would have made the same decision.
No. I'm not mad at him because I'm not mad at Miller. I just think Miller was in over his head and his strategy was wrong. Like say for instance, if you got 1,000 power forwards and all of them suck, why are we even focusing on the power forwards? Why not give your look to RJ Barrett?
That's where your best players were. That's where your best players
of our roster was.
Right.
Nobody mad at Miller and Perry for like putting us in that situation, but like the coach is directed to win, and all the best players that he has is all in the same position.
Right. No, I'm not saying it.
That's unfair.
I'm not saying
that's unfair.
So keep hear me out though. Hear me out. This is what I'm saying as a converse to what you're saying. So I know Mike Miller was coaching for his life, right? Mike Miller wants to stay in the game. He had to do the best he could do to continue his career, right? What I'm saying is Caleb Canales comes in and he turned when Terry Stotts was about to get fired. They go to Caleb Canales' offense, and all of a sudden you see the emergence of CJ McCollum and something in Portland called Dame time or whatever the hell that is, right? What I'm saying is give Caleb a chance to do that. Yeah, I'm just saying, man, I don't care nothing about, man, Portland, I don't care nothing about. But anyway, what I'm saying is in a short period of time, you saw Caleb Canales' footprint on their guards, right? On CJ McCollum, who looked like a bust, right? And then there's this immediate emergence. And then you see this thing, whatever it is, magical thing, Dame Lillard all of a sudden goes from being a burgeoning star into a mega star, right? And I'm not hating on Dame Lillard because whatever. But what I'm saying is
you would have liked to see him get the opportunity.
We're excited that Mike Miller turned Trey Burke into an NBA player, right? Oh my God, look what he did with Trey Burke. But we didn't even look at what Caleb Canales did with CJ McCollum and Dame Lillard. That's what I'm saying. We are always LOL Knicks. We are always LOL Knicks. Mike Miller turned Trey Burke into a really, man, because Mike Miller was homegrown. You pick homegrown over a coach that came in from another team.
But if they would have run Canales, wouldn't they have to have signed him long term?
Well, they could have let him finish out the season like Mike Miller. He was already under contract anyway.
Canales was our coach last year, right?
Who's gonna come to the Knicks in that situation and do that? That's to me, that's dumb as hell. Like,
wait, Caleb Canales was our coach last year.
Yes, Caleb Canales was on our coaching staff.
Okay. No, I thought that too, but then I thought what you were saying was something different. I'm like, wait, wasn't he our coach last year?
No.
Caleb, I see what you're saying now, Freezy. I get your point now.
Yeah, they had him buried with Pat Sullivan and other coaches. Like they legit had him
one of Portland's assistant coaches last year. I'm like,
no, yeah, okay. He left.
Maybe you're giving him more props for the Dame and what you call it thing than it is in reality. Then,
yeah.
Hey, maybe so. But what about Mike Miller? Are we giving Mike Miller more?
Dude, all I know is he was the coach of the G League, and like he had them boys rocking.
Man, that's not the G League, though.
Somebody in the chat said. So somebody in the chat said, did Freezy say that Caleb would turn Frank Ntilikina into CJ McCollum? No, hey, what I said. That's wrong too much. Y'all play too much, man.
Oh, that was great.
Hey, Andre Bryan said, do Freezy think DSJ would have turned into to Dame? Man, y'all play too much. See, y'all take people's words. That's why Dolan got his own.
They take them too serious sometimes, like too literal.
Like Frank getting waved.
Yeah, so
Frank could be out the rotation though.
He may.
That's good. That's realistic.
Frank is out of the rotation for sure, and another reason why is because the Knicks played. I'm not gonna say that his skill isn't the reason why, but the Knicks played him though. Like they never gave him his chance. They never gave him the ball and said, "Here, go out there, make a fool of yourself, turn it over."
Stop it.
We talking about
four different coaches.
We talking
four
about
different coaching staffs. Like these cats actually work with these people in the background. Like they see way more than we do. Like you're like a cat who can't make the court through 5 different administrations, man. Come on, bro. You just ain't have it.
But what I'm saying, this is what I'm saying though, is we never seen enough. Well, we have. It's 4 years now, but we never seen enough of Frank to where it's like, all right, he sucks. Like, get him. We don't need him. Put him in the back of the line.
Because they already see that. They already see that.
I'm talking about at the beginning. I'm talking about at the beginning when he first started.
Yeah, they saw it then too. That's what I'm saying. Like, we don't value that. Like, why don't we value the fact that these professional evaluators of talent and trainers, like what you think they're putting guys on the court to lose? Like dog, he don't got it. It's okay to accept that. It's okay for us to accept it. He don't got it.
Right, but he don't got it. But what I'm saying is, it shouldn't have took us 4 seasons to really finally see that.
Dude, it's taking 4 seasons for us to see it. Like,
no, I get what you're saying. Already. But what I'm saying is, when you pick somebody in the lottery, right? You pick a kid in the lottery, like to be your start. He was picked to be the starting point guard.
And then you fired the dude who picked him.
Right. So that's my point. So they should have rather got rid of him. You feel me? Got rid of him or played him a lot and then got rid of him. That's all I'm saying.
Because Knicks be always on some save face BS.
Yeah, LOL Knicks is what it is.
Send him down to the G League. No, he was our draft pick. How's that gonna look? Like, it's gonna look like he's gonna be better in 2 years than he is now. Like,
that's my point. That's exactly what I'm saying, Keith. Like, they didn't do the right steps they didn't send him to the G League to get better, or they didn't play him.
Frank didn't do the right steps either.
Right.
Oh, he did the right step. He stepped right to that contract and signed it. He definitely did the right step.
Yeah, but as far as developing his game, he didn't do nothing, bro.
No, and this is the part that I hate with Frank, especially like fans of Frank. The Frank and Friends. Like
Frank and Friends, that's a good one. That's a new one. I haven't heard that one.
Like, you're like, they're so unreasonable. Like, it's everybody else's fault that he didn't develop, the team didn't, the coach didn't, and like people refrain from like they he has no responsibility at all in his own development. This dude is
nonsense.
It's nonsense.
Okay, look, when Knox got drafted, did he start?
Yes.
Did he not play a substantial amount of minutes?
But dude, he could. That's why he did. It's because he could. Dude, Frank would have embarrassed himself.
He showed something
embarrassed himself. Knox was a better like he was a better pick than Frank.
Let him embarrass himself.
Why?
We're not gonna win. We're not winning anyway. Let the young buck see what he got.
But that's how
I think Frank has embarrassed himself by now, bro.
Yeah, I think so.
You guys are only thinking about it as Frank and Frank only. Just think about all the.
I'm not like, this is $1 million. Like, this is the big time. It's $1 million games. Like, you ain't trotting somebody out there just to prove no point, bro. Like this is it's millionaires. That team, like, that's $110 million out on the court. You ain't putting nobody out there that you know is trash.
Right, boy. Time out. But it doesn't matter if we're not winning. We're trying to develop these players. If we can develop them and get and turn them into an asset, what's wrong with that?
That was my thing was like, all right, cool. You made a bad pick. Cool. Bite the bullet. Send him to the G League. Let him go ahead and develop behind closed doors. Let him let him come back and wow us.
Right.
What did Atlanta do? What did Atlanta do when they traded for THJ? Our draft pick, our first round draft pick. They sent that dude immediately to the G League.
Right.
And he came out, he was better.
Right.
That's what I said.
Look, and I'm all for throwing players into the fire, but you have to have a certain criteria first before you're thrown into that fire.
Yes.
And Frank quickly showed me, you know what? I could throw you into the fire and see what you could do. Frank has never showed me that.
You may mess up for a long period of time, but like, Or you know what I'm saying? You might have a short
hold on.
spell.
Time out. Sorry, Keith. Time out. Because DA just said something that. So you just said earlier that you wanted to wait 10 games before you started evaluating the team and the players and stuff.
I never said that.
I said that.
Yeah, I never said that, bro.
That was me.
Y'all both said that.
Yeah,
no, that was me.
I
said it. I don't know who agreed or anything like that, but I
never said that.
I said 20. I say 20 games.
I think he got it out for me, guy.
No,
yeah, but so here's a point too that people don't recognize too. So if you're in a situation where you have a dearth of talent, why not draft guys and watch them progress in the G League and put them with developmental guys? So Toronto, who nobody is signing there as a free agent, not in their right mind, so they can get taxed by 2 different countries, and the city of Toronto's the city tax is ridiculous. Nobody is gonna no big time free agent is gonna sign there just because about 60% of your check is going to be gone. They said, you know what we'll do is we have Lowry and DeRozan, right? But this kid, Fred VanVleet, we'll let him play in the G League for a little bit. Him and this dude we just picked 27th named Pascal Siakam. OG Anunoby is coming back off a torn ACL. We'll throw him in the G League too and let them play together in the G League together and let them develop together, right? When it came time for Toronto to get serious, they traded DeRozan for Kawhi and brought up their G League guys and let them contribute.
Well, they were already serious. They just couldn't get over the hump. Like they already had a nice team.
Right. But what I'm saying is they had a nice team already, but they were not afraid to remove certain parts, right? The team that couldn't get over the hump, they weren't afraid to remove certain parts and add other talent because they legit traded Valanciunas. Remember, they traded Valanciunas for Gasol. You know what I'm saying? So they were like, we can't get over the hump with Valanciunas. We can't get over the hump with DeRozan. But we'll trade certain parts and then bring up our G League guy, bring in the reinforcements. You know what I'm saying? And so if the Knicks had done that, if the Knicks had done that with Frank, with Knox, and with Doxson, where would we be at today? Are we looking at the team the same? If those dudes had, say, 2+ years or a year plus of development in the G League?
I wouldn't even say Dotson needed that like so much. Like the Knox and Frank, I think like both exhibited a definite G League need, but I don't think so much Dot. Like Mitch definitely, but I can see why they didn't, because like that the 1 or 2 things that he brings is so elite,
right?
But
you can say the same thing about Frank. You could say that Frank had something.
No. Frank, Mitch's elite quality is different than Frank's like really good defense. Like Mitch has a legit can't find even among centers kind of like what center is mobile enough to block a shot at the rim and then in 2 steps block the rebound on the dude shooting at the 3-point line. Like that's
see Mitch's game is measurable. Frank's game you can't really he can play defense and the guy can still score 30 points. You know what I mean? So you can see Mitch's impact more than you can see what Frank is actually doing. But
everything is so development is not linear. You can't just go by skills. You can't just go by skill. You got to go by want to. Like Mitch legit has all the physical ability to be a top 5 center in the NBA, right? The physical ability. I'm not talking about skills. I'm not talking about skills or makeup. I'm talking about he jumps the highest, runs the fastest, maybe the quickest, maybe the most agile. You know what I'm saying? At least top 5 in all those categories when it comes to physical skills at the center position. But Mitch's thing, in my mind, is does he want to be a top 5 center in the NBA? You know what I'm saying? I mean,
I get what you're saying.
I can see that.
So based on what you see, Freezy, right, in the first 3 preseason games, do you think that Mitch wants that? Like, does he look different than he did last year?
I feel like he wants to be here. There's some players that I can tell that are just gifted and they're in the NBA. I feel like Mitch, you know what I mean?
So I gotta tell a story right quick. And I know I told this before, so I promise to try to keep it short. So when I was in the military, I used to fight a lot, and I didn't know why. Maybe just like some weird anger issue or something from, when you're a kid, when you like 18, 19, 20, you can't figure it all out. So so my people in the military, they made me box. They were like, yo, if you don't start boxing, getting some of this stuff out, we might kick you out the army. I was like, hey, who get kicks out the army? So anyway, I go box. I go box, right? And so I wound up fighting these guys, and they are so pretty. Like, they walking up with a girl. They girl is fine. They I'm walking up with all my boxing stuff in a book bag. They got like they stuff in all these pretty cases. You know what I'm saying? They pull out their boxing boots straight out the Nike box. They got tassels on them and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? They groin guard, all that stuff. They got all the best of everything, right? But when they get in the ring, they boxing off talent and not want to. So I get in the ring with these dudes, man, they fast and they do all the things technically sound. But when they get hit, you can tell.
Changes.
You can tell they making business decisions. Like, they like, what am I in here for, man? I can get out of, if I can get out of here and go to the club, I'm straight. With me, and I'm not saying I was great. With me, I had some stuff internally. I'm like, yo, I just want to get in here and crack. I got a whole bunch of frustration built up, and I just want to trade with somebody. If somebody knocked me out, I'm just out. But I just want to trade with somebody. I just want to get it in. You know what I'm saying? And so like, fans would be like, yo, we love Freezy, man, Uncle Freezy, man. We know when we go to see Uncle Freezy, we know we're gonna get entertained. Somebody back gonna get dirty. You know what I'm saying? Is basically what it was. And so the reason why I bring up this story is not because of that per se, but the thing with Mitchell Robinson is he's rich. He's a rich athlete coming from a place where rich athletes don't necessarily come from. My question to him is, does he want to win or be great more than he want to breathe breath? And I say no. It's varying degrees. Like, you can want to be good. You can want to be good, but does that mean you're going to shoot jumpers in the rain? No. You can want to be good, but does that mean you're going to stay in the gym 4.5 hours? Are you going to go get all this medical training to make sure your body's straight? Are you going to be at practice early? Are you going to stay late? Are you going to work on your free throws? Are you going to do all the requisite work it takes to be great? Because wanting to be there is one thing, you know what I'm saying? But having the desire. See, people call it desire or passion. I don't know what to call it. I know cats that wanted it more. And I know people like, oh, I hate when people say he wanted it more than other. But listen, when you look at Jordan, I bet you if you had a one-on-one between Jordan and a Kobe Bryant, I bet you before they got to 21, them dudes would have fought 7 times. You know what I'm saying? Because they really wanted to win more than they wanted to. You know what I'm saying? But when I look at Mitchell Robinson and I look at RJ Barrett, I'm like, okay, so one dude wants to win more than they breathe, and the other person want to breathe breath, and the other dude is making goofy videos for the Knicks.
Right, well, Uncle Freezy. Some people, that's who they are. They're winners. You feel me? Like, it's just something about inside of them that they got. Everybody don't got it. You know what I mean? No, everybody don't got that like will to win, mentality. Like I think RJ got it. You know what I mean? I don't think Mitch got it. I don't think Knox got it. You know what I mean? Only even a select few people in the top of the draft have it. Like, exactly. Tyler Hero, he has it. Like Tyler Hero, he has it. You know what I mean? He has that winner in him. It's something about him. Like,
if your team got 2 of those people, they got a lot. Like, that's not like that's not something I can't expect or attribute that to everybody, or like put that as a minus for somebody who doesn't have it. Like, it's a thing to me. Like, it's a plus. It can only be a plus. Like,
I don't think that's like a skill. Like, that's just something. That's just something you born with. Like
every team don't got it. You know what I'm saying? Like if you got one on your team, you good. Like it's
But that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying is varying degrees to it. Like the top of that mountain, like the Isaiah Thomases, the Michael Jordans, the Kobe Bryants. You know what I'm saying? They have that because they just have that will to do that, right? But Mitchell Robinson think about this. He's a 7-foot freakish athlete, right? Probably maybe the best athlete in the NBA at 7 foot tall, right? He's in the biggest market. So he's got all these things going for him except getting better. Like we legit don't see Mitch get better. And the reason why I say Mitch, so the reason why I say Mitch don't have it is because Mitch had 4 fouls, right? The other game against Detroit. Mitch had 4 fouls, right? Hey, they passed the ball to Jahlil Okafor 30 feet away from the basket, and guess what Mitch does? He fouls Jahlil Okafor 30 feet away from the basket to pick up his 5th foul. You know what I'm saying?
That's bad, bro.
But dog, what I'm saying is,
hold on. I know a player I know 2 players who was just like that. Somebody who's better than Mitchell Robinson, and they finally got it right, and they finally just won a ring.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. Like some people, like
Dwight Howard was just like that. JaVale McGee was just like that when they first came into the league. You feel me?
And I take both of them as great. Like, Mitchell Robinson. I don't want him to be the star of my team. He's fine. Like I'm just saying, like there's 5 spots. It's point guard, shooting guard, 3. You know what I'm saying? Like for the spot that he plays, he does his thing. Like he don't have to be no super alpha. Like we're fine. I don't even I'm fine at the center.
Mitch has a lot of opportunity to grow this year because Noel will be starting, and he's going to be very important coming off the bench with the second year. So this is the year for him to grow. If there was,
he surprised us with like a 15-footer or a hook shot, yo. I love him to death.
Right. Well, but that's the thing. So that's the thing.
Uncle Chris, before you start, I know you're about to go into. He shot 74% last season.
Yeah, but that was more like layups and dunks. But like. You can't.
I don't care what it is. He made 3/4 of his shots. Keep doing that. Don't start picking others. No. Keep doing what you're doing.
He needs to increase it. He needs to increase. Like that's still off 9 points a game, though. Like that's not like nothing. Like he still needs to increase.
I understand that, but still, though, that's still
you're
hard
only gonna get so many. You're only gonna get so many dunks a game. You to expand that. You gotta be able to at least let the thing go from like 15.
What if we had a better point guard? You think he'd get more dunks and stuff? What if we had better playmakers?
No. Dude, you're talking about like 4 dunks. 9 points. 9 points is with him dunking and laying up. Like that's
right. But the thing with Mitch,
hold on. If Mitchell Robinson can give me 11 points, 10 rebounds, and 2 blocks a game, what more else?
But here's the thing with Mitch.
That's a good line.
But here's the thing with Mitch.
That's his line. That's the line that you can expect from him.
Mitch has had a lot of time to develop and evolve his game, and he hasn't.
He's 20. What are you
he's been in the league 3 years, man. He's had a lot of time to evolve his game.
He didn't go to college.
No. He's been in the league 2 years. This is his 3rd year. Like,
right. So 3 years. So
no. This is his 3rd year. He's only been in the league 2 years. Like you know what I'm saying, so like, let's not truncate that. Plus, on the fact that he literally wasn't even supposed to be on the NBA floor. Like this dude was slated for the
G League. Us his first year, and now we expect so much of him already. That's what happened.
With his talent, I'm giving him the time to develop that Catch wanted to give Frank because his talent is worth the actual investment of time.
Exactly.
But that's not what I'm saying. Nobody's arguing.
Like this dude is already matching out. But Cat will give Frank like all kinds of like in 8 years, Frank is gonna be Trevor Ariza. Like let's just wait.
Yeah, I know. But what I'm saying is nobody is arguing that with Mitch, right? What I'm saying is this: in real NBA time in the preseason that we just saw, teams that know that the lob to Mitch is essential in our offense. And so they go to the 2-3 zone and pack the paint because of what they saw last year, and it's not effective. The Knicks can't. Mitch cannot get those lobs like he used to. It's to a point now where we're turning the ball over trying to get the lob to Mitch. You know what I'm saying?
Unless we get more shooters. Unless we get more shooters. If we can get more shooters on the team, then you can go ahead and lob your ass off to Mitch. Go ahead, because now the paint is thinned out.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. So and you know who else? You know who else can contribute to the lobs being more effective? Mitch. Just by having look, man, a 5-footer. Can he hit a 6-footer, a 7-footer?
That's what I'm saying. Like, give me something.
It kind of doesn't really. I mean, I see what you're saying, but it kind of doesn't matter when he's trying to dunk it every time. Like what from 5?
But that's the only part of his offensive arsenal. That's, you know what I'm saying. Like, that's the thing. Like, that limits him in terms of like that. I feel like 11, 10, and 2 blocks. That's a good line. That's definitely a good line. 11 points, 10 rebounds.
He ain't gonna get you 10 rebounds because Mitchell Robinson is not a great defensive rebounder. He's in the 30th percentile in defensive rebounds. He's in the third. That's a shame.
Yes.
Last year, Mitchell Robinson was in the 30th percentile.
It is a shame.
The 30th percentile.
He can't evolve that game. He can't evolve that part of his game.
Right.
He definitely can.
Right.
He definitely can.
And so he's in the 30th.
I'm saying.
He's in the 30th percentile, right? And my man is 7 foot tall. There are guards that average more defensive rebounds than Mitchell Robinson. A man 7 foot tall. You know what I'm saying? We got to legit keep things in perspective with Mitch. Unless my man can stay on the floor and get these defensive rebounds, because offensive rebounding is not the problem, because he'll get tip dunks and putbacks. You know what I'm saying? During the course of the game,
right.
He'll get that.
I'd rather him work on seeing that. I'd rather see Mitch working on defensive rebounding. That's 100% right. He needs to work on that. Then him shooting a jumper, like, you know what I mean, or that's all I'm saying.
Or how about just being in a good defensive position,
or a much better post game?
Yeah,
I don't think he'll ever be a post player though.
I don't think. I quietly don't think he'll ever be.
You know what I mean? Like, it's people who aren't just post players. So
yeah, but he needs to get his weight up. I think like that's the thing that will actually solve the rebounding problem, and because like he gets pushed out of position, like he gets used, he gets pushed around out of position. You can
on
see
offensive rebounds, he can just out jump, he can just jump up. You know what I mean? And defensive rebound, he needs more of a positioning stance, to get him. And
he needs more lower body weight. Like he needs to be stronger on the lower body.
And I'm gonna say something, and it's gonna make y'all laugh, right? Y'all probably gonna clown me, but I'm gonna say it anyway. So to me, in order to be a rebounder, you have to have a nose for the basketball. You know what I'm saying? It's like you legit have to have a nose for it, right? So I'll give you a perfect example. LaMelo Ball has a nose for defensive rebounds, right? And it's not because he's strong or because he's fast, or he just has a natural instinct and want to grab that rebound so he can push it up the floor and generate offense. Right, so you'll see LaMelo and be like, "Hey, man, this dude legit gets about 5 boards a game." You know what I'm saying? He's like, "How in the world LaMelo always getting the ball?" You know what I'm saying? It's like the Steph Curry thing. Just like when you look at Steph Curry, you're like, "Yeah, he's small and weak and fragile," but then when you look at his defensive rebounding numbers, you're like, "Yo, how's a dude this size?" Yes, because he's got a
nose for the ball. It's a combination of everything. A nose for the ball. LaMelo's what, 6'6", you know what I mean? So his nose for the ball has to be higher than Mitchell Robinson's, who's 7'1", who's just thinking I can just jump and grab the rebound. But when he develops that part of having a better nose for the ball, then he'd be a great rebounder. Like it all works full circle. You know what I mean? Like he got to get that. That's the part he has to work on is rebounding. 100%. He should get a
right. And so he plays next to a dude that has a nose for the ball and Julius Randle. Right. Because Julius Randle legit wants to get that defensive rebound and push it up the floor and be a point forward, right?
Right.
But the thing is with Mitch, if he's 7 foot tall with all this athletic ability, nobody on our squad or others should be out rebounding you at a rate where you're in the 30th percentile in the entire league in defensive rebounds. It's ridiculous.
Absolutely.
We give Mitch so much love for certain stuff, but we bypass other stuff. Like Mitch is not gonna average 10 rebounds a game, even if he plays 30 minutes a game. Because some centers easily some centers like Marc Gasol, for instance, even with that big body, is not a great rebound. Y'all remember Brook Lopez? Brook Lopez with his big body was not like 3-4
rebounds a game. Brook Lopez,
Kristaps Porzingis with us at 7'3" only averaged 6 rebounds. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so it's like, just because.
But that also came too Freezy because he was a very good help defender in the paint. So sometimes a lot of times he'll be out of position.
Yeah.
So we keep that in mind.
That plays his rebounding numbers were unacceptable too. His defensive.
No. They could have been better, but I'm just saying a part of that was that he was helping a lot. A key side for blocking shots and contesting layups.
That's the same thing with Mitch. He does the same thing, and he's out of position a lot of the times. He be too hungry for the block instead of just letting the dude.
He hunts for the block. KP was more disciplined than Mitch is with that. Yes.
Right. Sometimes Mitch or Robinson should just let somebody shoot it. Like, you know what I mean? Instead of trying to block it, him being there.
I think it's taken for granted. It's very much taken for granted that he didn't finish that. He didn't go through a college program. I think it's very much taken for granted, that he didn't get that team ball development at that point.
So you know what, Keith? If that's the case, I'm sitting a whole summer and learning where I need to be defensively and get my feet better and learn not to react and jump to everything. Defensive IQ. I'm working on all that double time now because of that.
I feel what you're saying. Like I'm not one to blame everything on outside factors. Yes, you're responsible for your own career. But I personally I feel I see Mitch inching better. And my happiness is a function of expectation. I feel he was picked at the right part, at the right time, at the right place. He's nothing but benefit to me. Nothing but benefit. Had he been a first round pick, I'd have way more angst. I'd be way more on him. This, that, and the other. Where he was picked to where he is now, he has been nothing but benefit. Let the man grow. Cats is willing to give a scrub picked in the lottery 8 to 10 years to get right, and won't give this man 3 solid years, man. Let him show what you got under Tibbs. Kenny Payne is the big man whisperer. Let him develop.
I want him to develop. I'm rooting for him, Keith.
But Keith, what I'm saying is this. I don't mind letting him develop because our centers before Mitch have been trash. You know what I'm saying? Y'all remember Cole Aldridge? You know what I'm saying? Y'all remember Kevin Seraphin?
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? So what's the big man from Kentucky when we got him? He was 49 years old. My man was 8 steps slow in the rotation. So I'm not saying I'm glad we have Mitch, but what I'm saying though is certain things you expect to keep up. And so T-Mac trolled me. T-Mac said Freezy remind me of them dudes that say I could have been in the league, but Nazim Muhammad.
Yes.
Yeah,
shout out to Big Q for that. Yes.
Yeah, so to T-Mac, hey T-Mac, I probably would have made the league, except I'm 6'5.5", 349, and they won't let me play in Tim's in a sweatshirt. That's the only reason why. If they'll let me play in Tim's, I'll still be playing today.
No ankle bracelets.
Wait, D Grant, holler at me. What you say, D Grant? Yeah, Frank. I'm not saying Frank can't grow. I'm saying give Mitch the same leeway. Frank was actually picked way far ahead of him. And he's given, and he's
second rounders don't even make the team.
You know what I'm saying? It's totally different story. He shouldn't even be where he is right now, Mitch.
Right.
We shouldn't even be talking about him like this.
Not have going to a college program, to be in a second round pick, to be in the first year in your league, top 5 in blocks, the second year in your league, breaking the record in field goal percentage. Like, come on. Like, why are we talking about him?
I say give him developmental space because he's exceeded expectations. Frank has yet to exceed anybody's expectations.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. No, I dig it. I dig it.
Let me answer.
My only knock is the two things, man. The stupid fouls. Like, why are you fouling Jahlil Okafor at 30 feet away from the rim? I mean, that's
low
flat
IQ,
stupid.
Man.
Yeah, that's stupid. Yeah, because Jahlil Okafor does not have handles, nor is an outside shooter. And so he didn't know time and space. We got 7 seconds left in the third quarter, and they passed the ball to Jahlil Okafor, who can't dribble, can't shoot from three. It's 7 seconds left in the third quarter, and you just gonna reach in and slap him on the wrist in front of the ref.
He messed up. It was a brain fart. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's one play. Like, let the man live. Like, all right, it was a bad decision. He was probably in the moment and wasn't thinking. Like,
right,
he'll clean it up. He also made 2 or 3 blocks. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like let's.
I think he had 4 or 5.
It in perspective, huh?
I think he had 4 or 5 or 6.
Yeah. No, it was 5. It was 5. It was 5.
Yeah. So
we gotta put it in perspective. Like just like Frank is who he is, Mitch may be who he is, and but the who Mitch is good enough. It's good enough. I would love to see him get way better, but like look at his win shares on the team. Badass Mitch. Badass can't stay on the floor without fouling. Look at his defensive win shares. Look at his win share percentage on the team. It's incredible.
It's incredible.
The next person is 6 times higher than the next closest person.
Right. Hey, so let me do this real quick, y'all. So if you like the live stream, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, come in and join the virtual chat, join the video chat. You know what I'm saying? Share on your social medias, turn the notification bells on, so that we can continue to grow this family. So we're doing at night, we're doing the Knicks at Night podcast at 11:45 p.m. to about 3 a.m. in the morning, just for y'all can get y'all feel of Knicks stuff. We do the Knicks morning drive from 8:45 to about 10:45. We went over today, you know what I'm saying? Because we had a little tech issue, but sometimes the conversation be so good, man, we don't want to stop. I ain't stopping right now either. So don't start away. You know what I'm saying? I ain't stopping right now. We still going. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying this so that we can continue to grow the Knicks morning drive family and the Knicks at Night podcast family. We just got the homies on. This is what we do. So this right here was born out of Knicks Twitter, because we used to legit beef on Knicks Twitter all day long, 365 for like 3 years or 4 years. And so I said, hey, let's take this thing to YouTube. And cats legit bashed me in the Twitter thread. They were like, "No, that ain't gonna be it, Uncle Freezy. You know, that's a pie in the sky thing." But look at where we are, almost 1,000 people. We get 2,000 views, a combination of 2,000 views every 24 hours for both shows. 2,000 people legit lock in. We got almost 1,000 subscribers, and for the most part, all the feedback is positive. It's because we legit doing this thing for y'all. This is y'all's joint. So subscribe, like, share, turn on the notification bells. Come join us. We want this thing to be super huge. We want to be by Super Bowl. We want to be at like 2,500 subscribers, right? And we can get there because we only been doing this for 34 days. We've been doing this for 34 days and almost have 900 subscribers. So come on. Yeah, come on and join this family, man. We're gonna do. I don't know if y'all know it, but we are working on doing the Freezy Awards, where we legit gonna have an award show where we put topics out there, and whoever wins categories, we legit send in a trophy to their address, and we're gonna have them on the show and announce the winners. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be like the Grammys, except on YouTube. For this channel, you know what I'm saying? So we growing in leaps and bounds. We doing podcasts. We doing all that. Eventually we gonna get merch and all kind of stuff. And it ain't just to line my pockets. It's to grow this community. You know what I'm saying? We want this community to grow because the national media has a bunch of platforms that they can talk Knicks stuff, but the Knicks have one platform. Knicks fans legit have one platform that they can go and have their voice be heard, and they can vent and talk as long as they want. And this is it. You can legit get on here, talk as long as you want, say whatever it is you want, as long as you're not trying to sell porn or life insurance or something crazy like that. You can get on here and chop it up with us as long as you want.
Word.
My man.
Let me ask y'all a question. What are we looking for tonight? What things are we expecting? What things we want to see better?
I gotta see that lineup one more time. I gotta let them run it back one more time. The young guys.
Who starts at point guard tonight?
Elf probably.
Alfred Payton, yeah. Alfred Payton.
Stop hating on my man, yo.
It sucks because Alfred Payton is good, but he's just
not for this team.
Yo, man,
yeah, it's just like
if we had more shooters, I feel like he'd be way more appreciated, yo. Like that, it's y'all don't. Yeah. But you know what's foul though? Because Rondo was one of my favorite PGs too.
Right. He kind of he plays kind of like Ron. He's like
he's in that mold.
Rondo.
He's in that mold. Like he definitely is in that mold. Like I'm attacking the rack, but I'm also managing the game. Like he's not like his inability to shoot is not keeping him from managing the game. Rondo did do it better though. But he's in that mold to me, and I appreciate that. And I feel like I'm hoping that these dudes break out around him as actual shooters because that'll make him look like a superstar.
Okay.
Y'all gonna leave my man Elf alone, y'all.
I just feel like
you're way more confident about Elf's playmaking ability in the half court than I am.
I think he's definitely.
I feel like you have to be a more of a threat to score to be a good playmaker.
Nowadays, he'll go to the rack.
He misses a lot of reads, bro.
He'll go to the rack. He's definitely going to the rack. Like his motion is north south. Like he's passing north south. Like he's not like.
Yeah. Did y'all know that Alfred Payton ranked 4th in the NBA in drives to the basket last year?
Nah, they didn't know that. They don't care about that because he only shoots 20%.
Alfred Payton.
I don't mind
Alfred Payton. He
has no room to do it.
Right. But the thing is, he doesn't score though, so he's just getting to the basket and passing it half of the time.
So let me finish this point though real quick. So even without a shot, my man ranked 4th in the NBA in drives to the basket. So think about that. So if he had a shot, if he was a decent NBA shooter, what would that drive to the basket thing look like?
Oh,
it'll be less. It'll be less drives. What do you mean? Like, how many possessions do you get? It's not like he'll be able to do 2 actions at once. If he could shoot better, then he'd have less drives.
No, but I'm saying that they shoot better. They have to close out on him, and that opens up his driving game now, which he's already good at.
I think that would open up his passing game more.
Right. Well, I think it just makes him more dynamic, where he has the ability to choose. You know,
dynamic, definitely.
No, what I get from that stat is that Alfred Payton, he can drive to the basket and maybe he can get there, but he doesn't finish because he only averages how many points per game and how many assists.
Yeah, but he also averaged 7 assists on a crappy shooting team.
Right. So what I'm saying is, if he was a better threat at scoring, he would even be a more threat at getting us more assists too. I challenge
your point because like if we were better at shooting, that assist number would be higher.
That is true, but even if he was a better scorer, a threat as a scorer, Mitch would get more lobs. Julius Randle would get easier points too as well. It would just be more because they would. Half the time I see people, they don't even guard him when he comes to the basket because they know he's going to try to pass it or lob it. He's not a threat at the rim. If he was a better threat at the rim, he would be a better player.
And plus, also, Peyton's been in the league how many years? 7 years, 8 years? When is he going to decide to work on his jump shot? Hire a shooting coach.
It's not even shooting
Shoot
the ball, though.
Jump shot today. Go ahead.
If he's 4th in the league in drives, he doesn't really have to shoot. If he's driving to the basket and get there successfully.
If he wants to expand his game, he has to.
Right, but
yeah.
But he drives so much. I feel like he drives so much because he doesn't shoot.
We want everybody to expand their games when we have to realize some players are limited. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you get, you know, like, that's just something he can't do.
Totally.
And everybody would be LeBron if everybody could do everything. You know what I mean? Everybody would be Jordan. Everybody can't do everything. He can't shoot.
So Elfrid Payton can't shoot 1,000 jump shots per day?
It doesn't matter. He still can't shoot in the game. That doesn't matter. He probably does.
That doesn't mean that
but you train to do it in a game. That's the concept.
It's a make or miss league, though. So if he made him, he would be a good shooter. But if he misses him, he's a bad shooter, right? And if he doesn't take him, he doesn't shoot at all, right?
Okay, let me ask you a question. When you see Elfrid Payton shoot the last game against the Cavs, right? When you saw him shoot all his jump shots, did you get the sense that Elfrid Payton works on his jump shot in the offseason?
No.
Okay, thank you.
I get that, but I got the sense that he can't shoot either, though. I've seen Mitchell Robinson shoot threes in the offseason and make them. Why doesn't he shoot them in the game? I've seen Ben Simmons do the same thing because he doesn't do it good enough to do it in the game at a good, efficient rate. If he's getting to the league, if he's driving, if he's in the league and drives, keep driving. And he can't shoot, so that means they really can't stop him.
Summertime videos, though, the thing about summertime videos is you only see a guy take 7 to 8 jump shots in like a 35-second window. You know what I'm saying?
What do you think? You think he's not taking more jump shots than necessary, than he needs to?
Nah, I know. No, what I'm saying is there's a difference between taking 200 jumpers and 1,000 jumpers.
Right, but Freezy, I can go out there and practice right now 1,000 jump shots a day,
and your jump shot would be better in 2 months.
It would get better, but can I make it in the game? That's a whole different story.
You got to keep working.
Right, but that doesn't mean I'm not doing. That's what I'm saying.
It took Rondo damn near like 7-8 years, 9 years to get to the competency that he has.
That good a shooter
now.
You know
everybody doesn't have like everything, yo. Like, and it doesn't always have to mean like, oh, like you're not working on it. Like your 1,000 shots might do for you something totally different than the 1,000 shots do for me.
Right. I might take 10,000 shots. You might take 1,500 shots. You might shoot 45% from 3. I might shoot 32. I just might not be that good at it. It's just something I can't do. It's a lot of stuff that you can do in life that I can't do.
Sometimes. And like, oh, like everything could get developed out, everything could get developed in. Like, nah, like some of this stuff, like you could get marginally better, but just your better may not be like the better that everybody wants. That's the same thing I say about Frank. Like, I feel like Frank has gotten better by Frank's standards. Like, the Frank I see now is much better than the Frank that I saw, but much better than the Frank I saw his freshman year, his first year. But like it just isn't good enough still. But like, yeah, he's better. He's a better Frank.
Yeah, I think it all depends on how a bunch of things. Like say for instance, when you were shorty and we were shooting like on the 8-foot rims, we used to do the granny shot. We damn near had to put the basketball in our pocket and shoot it off our hip because we weren't strong enough to, you know what I'm saying, to get the ball up. And then over the course of years, you kind of worked on your mechanics. If you hit 2 in a row, you stayed with that form until you got to school ball where it was like, no, you can't shoot like that because defenses are too fast. And then you worked on your shot from there, having a high release so you can shoot over the top of defenders and such. You know what I'm saying? So I think you can work on if Manute Bol can knock down threes, if his son Bol can knock down threes. You know what I'm saying? I think it's just I think it's just a fact of getting in a mindset that you're a shooter, because some cats are just scorers and some cats are just, you know what I'm saying? It's just, I don't know where I was going with that point, but it sounded good. How about that?
No, I'm just saying, like, everybody can't have everything. You know what I mean? Like, Elfrid Payton can't shoot, period. Like, he's not going to ever be a good shooter. But if you're telling me he can drive,
I don't think that that's an ever thing. I think it's just like we put caps on development.
If you're telling me he had the fourth most drives last year, keep driving the ball. Get better at shooting the ball closer to the rim. That's what you're doing good at. He doesn't have to shoot it from threes. You know what I mean? Ben Simmons doesn't have to ever shoot a 3 ever. He averages 16, 17 points a game, 8 rebounds, 7 assists. Why does he have to shoot threes? Yeah, it would expand his game, make him better, make him more, overall better. You know what I mean? But he can't do it. That's just something you got to live with.
And he'd look worse. And he'd look worse if there were people on his team who couldn't shoot.
That's true. And he would look worse. And he would look worse if he was shooting threes and he was bricking. If Mitch starts shooting threes, if Mitch starts shooting threes and he starts bricking, we would look how we talk about him now. We would be looking about him worse.
It's a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation. Right. Like we like you can't win with Knicks fans, yo. Can't win at all, yo. It'd be tight.
You love Payton. So what do y'all think about? I think you love Payton.
Nah, what do y'all think? I'm always a defender of the underdog, yo. Like even when Moutier was here, I'm not even a Moutier fan, but like Cats was kicking his back, and I'm like, yo, like dude, like Moutier was balling. Dude, Moutier was you'd have fans because like, oh, like why is he playing ahead of Frank? They should be giving Frank all like no, he's playing ahead of Frank because he's better than Frank, yo.
Moutier was going crazy on the Knicks. Trey Burke used to go crazy on the Knicks. I don't know why.
Who's the second unit you think is going to come out there tonight? If those are your starters,
the second unit.
Yeah, who's coming off the bench? Any different or same?
You know what the key is? I want to see where Austin River fits in the rotation.
I don't think we're seeing Austin until the regular season.
Yeah,
right. I know, but I'm saying like that's going to be key about how the rotation really is going to work. You know,
I mean, he might mess around. He might mess around like, yo, the way Tibbs operates, he might mess around and miss his rotation spot if he out too long and like Cats look like they clicking.
Not for what he delivers on this roster. I don't think so.
You think so?
Yeah, right. I think they'll find time for him at least when he comes back. But I was talking about tonight, Fisher. I was talking about tonight. How are we looking with our rotations? Is it the same as last game or
Obi coming off the bench?
Okay.
Mitch.
DSJ's the backup?
Is DSJ the backup?
Over Quickly?
I think we might see a Quigley backup.
I hope so.
Yeah, that's why. What I wanted to see was what I expected was Elf out there in the first unit, like set the tone, whatever this, that, and the other, and a Quigley backup just to see, if for nothing else, to see an extended look at him.
I mean, if it was me, I would have started quickly tonight just to see how he operates with that starting unit. But I don't think they're going to do that.
I feel you, and I wouldn't be mad at it. I feel you, but I wouldn't be mad at it. But I feel like Tibbs is going with Elf probably as like with a vet as the starting PG. So I like go ahead and run that route. You know what I'm saying? Like. But just give my man Tom on the backup joint to like let's see how he comes off the bench and like really like I want to see him with like 20, 25 minutes.
I think I was gonna play point guard minutes, not 2 guard minutes either.
Yeah. But I wouldn't mind seeing some 2 guard minutes to see how he operates. But like I definitely want him at the 1. I definitely want him at the 1.
I think DSJ is better served at the 2 at this moment in time.
You think so? I don't think he did bad playing at the 3 though.
He has a really hard time initiating the offense and getting into what they want to get into.
Dude, I'm finding it hard to negotiate him not having a decent 3 ball and occupying that shooting guard space, man. Like the shooting guard gotta be a spacer. Gotta be a spacer.
And I want to try him there. And I want to try him there to see how well he could do that. I want to see how he attacks closeouts as opposed to beating the defender off 90 feet of pressure, which he's ran into in all 3 preseason games. So.
I see what you're saying. Add more of a base set because when you just up there by yourself on that island, it's a little harder to play.
He can't beat the initial defender.
Yeah,
he can't beat him. So I'd rather see him at the 2. Catch the ball within the floater offense, attack closeouts, take open 3, see what he does.
Okay, I guess.
Or you want to see him at the PG? Okay.
No, I want to see him at I feel like he's gonna end up at the 3. So just go ahead and run him out there. Like that's why I just feel like I feel like that's where he's gonna end up being used by Tibbs at.
Do you guys ever see a time in the season where Obi Toppin starts?
Yeah.
Not just because of injury.
And Randall to the bench? Not at this point in time. And
not
later in the
right
season?
now. Like no, not right now. Yeah, but maybe. I can see it happening later on in the season.
Maybe.
I don't know. I think
it depends how Julius plays.
Yeah, and I also think it depends how Obi comes along too, though.
I don't see what would be wrong with. I guess he is our best. Well, not yet.
Like I can see Obi coming along.
I guess you couldn't, quote unquote, bench our best player. I guess
Exactly.
I mean, but he thrived in that role, though. But I guess, yeah, I guess you couldn't do that.
He probably has nightmares about that. He ain't going back, bro.
Right, but I think that's when he would. I think he would kill off the bench. But
hell yeah, he would, bro.
Yeah,
he would destroy those backup fours, bro.
Yeah, second unit, definitely.
If Randall played with the second unit, he would destroy him.
Yeah. But Obi's not ready though.
Well, yeah, he's not ready though. I wish he was, so it could be more of a debate.
And I talked about that yesterday. I was a little disappointed with Obi because it was advertised as, at least for now. I mean, it's a small sample size, but at least as it was advertised, Tibbs was like, "Oh, he's ready offensively." And then I look and I'm like, "No, he's not.
He's not ready offensively."
So I was a little disappointed about that. I thought he would be able to beat his defender off the face up a little bit better, and I haven't seen that. So yeah.
Yeah,
I give you that.
Yeah, you're right. But I don't know. I'm still. I don't know about that. I don't know how I feel about Obi Toppin. I'm not.
Honestly, I'm gonna have to say I am seeing a little bit of what people were saying about him. Like a lot of fans were like, "Well, like he really did his he really did his thing against like they were undersized talent. Like he's coming against NBA bodies.
You're right.
He can't really. I see it. I see what's going on. Like I think he's
not more athletic than everybody.
Exactly. Like
he looks so stronger than everybody in college, and now out there he looks like he's undersized.
I thought the same thing the first game. I'm like, I thought Obi Toppin was bigger than that. Like
exactly.
Yeah,
so it's making him look.
Like, oh, okay.
So it's. Like I think he's coming under a realization right now. Like, okay. Like these cats, all these. I'm not the heaviest dude in the room.
Right.
So what if Toppin started over Burks? RJ played the 2.
It's not gonna happen.
No,
not yet.
What at Obi at the 3?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Teams will have a field day with him out on the perimeter, bro. You see how he defends those closeouts? Go look at the tape. They attack him every time. He can't catch up.
I did like the lineup with Randall at the 5 and him at the 4.
That wasn't bad, but defensively, it might be trouble against better teams.
Maybe.
But,
if DSJ gonna be scrambling on defense like that, I don't know. Like I'm seeing a lot more defensive intensity out this squad. I'm kind of digging it.
Me too. The onboard D 90 feet has been great. That's one thing I'll say. That's
90
fantastic.
90 feet. Woo!
I can't even hate. He has been playing great defense on this whole preseason.
Like I can't.
I know. I haven't been feeling him, but his defense has been good. He ain't shown me a lot.
Visibly so.
They're still having trouble with the rotations and where to communicate and how to rotate within the D. They're still having trouble with that. Off ball, there's still a lot of ball watching going on. But initially, on contact, on ball defense from 90 feet into the setting up the offense has been great.
Right. Exactly.
The defense has been the most encouraging thing that I've seen out this squad right now. Like in terms of like as a group messaging, like I like what's going on with the defense. Obviously that's the main attraction right now.
And they're rebounding well too so far. I mean, it's against Detroit and Cleveland, but still,
you're right. But it still take effort.
Those are the teams that we got to be better than, though, for sure. We have to be better than Detroit. We got to be better than Cleveland.
I think we will beat those teams. I don't have a problem with that.
Like we got to make sure we beat those teams at least.
If we can't beat Detroit, who
17 games.
Or whoever, or if we can't beat Cleveland, who had one of the few teams that had a worse record than us last year, like then we just need to, just go ahead and tank. I
think it's going to end up that way.
Anyway.
I think we're headed.
There's one thing. There's one thing for it to end up away. That's whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I need it to be hard fought.
It's not going to be barn burners like last year, bro. We're going to be in games competitively. Our defense is a lot better this year. We're going to get better. We're going to be in games, but we just don't have the talent on the roster that we equate to W's, especially against the better teams.
Right. Well, we're gonna see. We're gonna see. We're gonna see.
I know, man. You got that Indiana game with a W.
Dub.
I want to wager y'all so hard on that, bro.
Hey, y'all bugging so hard right now. I want to touch on the thing I talked about 5 or 6 minutes ago about Obi Toppin. The thing about Obi, I think Obi is offensively, I think he's ready. I think what's slowing his offense down is the experimentation in the preseason with the point guard position. So we can't say those two things are one and the same, because they're not. Because you have one guy who's learning how to play position. Yeah, so you have one guy who's learning the position and maybe throwing the offense off, throwing the timing off maybe a little bit. I think once Elf is in the game, like once Elf, gets back in the game, you'll see the ship steady some, and you'll be able to see OB show off those skills that everybody brag about, Mm-hmm. But when you have a situation where you're experimenting with all these different lineups and there's no continuity on offense, I think some people's offense is just going to.
There was a couple of times that I've seen him where he'll get the ball around the elbow or around that mid post area, and he just hasn't taken that guy. And there's a couple of times where he has beaten the guy, and the recovery comes, and he's thrown out to the weak side very well. But I just thought it would be a little bit more polished and efficient, I guess. I don't know. Maybe I thought too high.
Yeah. I think, and part of it too is the paint is packed so tight with this 2-3 zone that teams are throwing at us. That power forwards, if they're not legit stretch fours, they're going to be taking 25-footers all season, unless we find a way to get teams out of that 2-3 zone so that cats like RJ and Obi and Randall can eat in the paint.
That's why if we can't
shoot, if we don't have shooters, that's going to be every team's recipe to beat us.
So who do we start at point guard? Quickly?
Dude, I don't know yet. Do we know everything about Quickly? We don't.
I mean, no, we don't. We're just getting to know him.
We got to see him. We got to see him first.
But great first interview, though.
Can we please let
shooting at point guard? I was saying Quickly probably our best shooter at point guard, and he hasn't even played yet.
Well, I'm gonna say this. I just want Emmanuel to find out where the cafeteria is first. Can we let Emmanuel find out where the cafeteria is first before we say he'd answer that point?
I definitely am not. I'm not saying that yet. I haven't seen evidence.
I'm saying he's a floor spacer, though.
I haven't seen evidence of him shooting yet.
That's what I
haven't seen. I haven't seen successful shooting yet. Let me see that first.
And we will, because he could shoot.
I mean, this is what I hear. Great. This is what I've seen. But, I haven't seen it at the NBA level yet.
He doesn't shoot well off screens, so you won't see him moving off the ball a lot, off double stagger screens or pin downs. You won't see that yet because he didn't shoot well in college off that. But as far as catches shooting and off one dribble, he could shoot, bro. So you're gonna see that.
Because I know these cats got to adjust to that NBA 3-point line.
Yeah.
And here's a fun fact too: he was #1 in college in floater percentage. Yeah. That's why you're gonna see him float the ball a lot. He's got that in his repertoire.
And that's what I was saying about Alfred Payton. Just think if he had if he was fourth in drives and he can shoot the floater like Quickly can, he would be a lot more better player. He can't, though.
Right.
Right. That's just hate.
Well, I mean,
it's not hate. That's just a real fact, though.
If Elf is shooting 30% from 3, cats will have zero problem with him. Yo, sign him for the next 4 years.
Yeah, see, for me, it's not even the threes. He just can't shoot at the basket to me. He's not a threat at the basket. If he was a threat at the basket, he would never have to shoot a 3 if he can have the fourth amount of drives and get there successfully.
Yo, come through, Peyton.
Let me ask you guys a question. Do we see Iggy or
You got that right off. Iggy or Powell?
Do we see him tonight?
I would want to be in the third.
I would like to. I would love to actually, but my hope isn't. I don't have high hopes that we will. Though.
The season that it is, the small training camp, new coach, I doubt it.
Iggy and Miles about to get buried.
Yeah.
Sad. Yeah. Very sad. I like Iggy.
Well, I love Iggy, man. Free Iggy, man. Like, come
and
on.
even if he fails, like I just want to see
what's
what
fail.
I mean?
Like he definitely like I don't even see him failing though.
Me either.
I don't see it.
He's a lot smarter out there than people think.
Dude, like he wasn't horrible in his looks, the little looks that we got, and like he was mashing out in the G League. Come on, man, get a man a look.
So what's the difference between him and a young Doug McDermott?
Say that again, Freezy. That what?
So what's the difference between him and a young Doug McDermott?
I think Iggy has a better ball handle than Dougie at this point in time.
And I think he's tougher. Not that Doug McDermott wasn't tough.
Right.
I think Iggy will go down there and rebound with the trees.
Yes. Like
he'll start a break.
Like
Dougie don't do that.
Right.
He getting in the mix. Like Iggy getting in the mix.
Yeah, Doug, and Doug can shoot now. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, but Iggy can score. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Iggy
it. That's it.
Right, correct.
So,
he's not afraid to go down in there and bang.
Right. And so when I look at the minutes that we give the cats like Reggie Bullock, I'm like, man, what are we doing? You know what I'm saying? What are we doing, really?
Reggie is a value play. Like, I'm playing Reggie, because like off top, he's already outperforming he outperforms his contract. Like one of the few on the team. I want to use him for value. So like he's good enough to play and me still win and be able to kind of like showcase him as part of a trade. Like I want him to be one of the pieces that they're looking to like to prop up and, you know what I'm saying, like get off to a high playoff team.
Right.
Like I think we could get a first. We might be able to get a late first for a Reggie if he's performing like down the stretch.
Who, Reggie Bullock?
Yeah.
I don't think we're gonna see him, bro.
You don't think so?
He might be buried. Gotta think about it. Alec Burks is gonna take his spot. But Kevin Knox is gonna take his spot.
Who you think plays better? Who you think plays better defensively?
Then who? Then
Bullock.
Between who?
Bullock.
Bullock and Burks.
I don't know. Burke plays good on ball D.
Bullock.
I was going to get the slight edge to Bullock, but Burks is no slouch on the on ball D though.
Because I feel like if his shot has been his three ball has been okay, but it's been down since he's been here.
Yeah, Bullock.
Bullock.
And that's
I
what he
feel
does.
like if he gets back to form, though, he's a better 3-and-D guy than.
You see what Burke can put the ball on the floor. Burke can make a play for somebody else. Burke can get to the free throw line. What's his name? But Bullock can't do none of that.
Yeah, I think Burks is gone. To be honest with you, I like the fact that we saw Burke. I think Burke is gone, and I'm talking about in the sense that once these playoff teams understand what they're seeding and what they're missing, I think the dude is gone in a trade. You know what I'm saying? And I think, yeah,
Burke, Rivers, and Randall to me are all trade bait, and Bullock.
Right. I think, and so I think Burke for sure, because you can't just find 15 points off your bench that can play 3 different positions and defend. You know what I'm saying? And is a veteran. You know, that veteran presence where he won't disrupt rotations, the locker rooms, and none of that stuff. I think my man is gone. And I think the same might be said for Noel, because down the stretch, teams will be wanting a big off the bench that's real cheap, that's going to help them in their playoff run.
That might sting me a little bit because I kind of like to me, of all the moves I like the pairing
he makes the most
of Noel. I love the pairing of him. Man.
But
dude,
if you
48 minutes and I don't have to worry about the paint. That's a whole game worth of time, huh? What you say?
Yeah, I think if you can get something for him, you got to do it.
You're right. I'm not crazy, but I'm just saying, like, it sucks.
Yeah, because Noel ideally would have been a perfect fit for us like 2 years ago. Like as soon as we got Mitch, man, Nerlens Noel would have been the perfect mentor for him. You know what I'm saying? If we were going in that direction, that's the kind of big that we needed in terms of Mitch. Nerlens Noel would have been perfect, man, for us.
But we could have gone a distance with both of them.
Yeah.
I think it was a great move to get him now. He's very serviceable, man.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like he was super expensive. Like Rose actually like Cats really like don't respect what Rose did on these deals, yo. Like
no. He was playing chess, bro. Well. You know, and we mentioned this, and I mentioned this with Joe earlier that Rose did a good job of balancing the vets and the young guys this offseason. And we gotta give props when props is due, bro.
Right. No, and my only thing is man, I think they really botched the point guard situation bad. I think it's embarrassing.
To me, it depends on what Quigley kind of like squares out to be. To me, makes all the difference. Like if he squares out to be an actual like, and they knew it, or like this is what they thought, and he squares out to be an actual like, the PG of the future type or whatever. Then I'll give him a pass. Like, I just need to see where he squares out first.
I honestly think the only reason why they did do that, Freezy, is because I think they know they're going to get a PG next year in the draft. And
how would they know that?
Because he was coming out.
No. I'm saying like.
Say that again, Freezy.
Why would you wait? You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Say, for instance, if you knew you were getting Cade next year, right? Say if they had a strong feeling. Right? Why would you wait? But this 2020 was the point guard draft. You know what I'm saying? Because if you it's a difference between having a shot at Cade and legit having Kira Lewis. You know what I'm saying? So you can have like a bird in the hand is worth two in the bush, I guess is what they say. But and I'm not saying Kira Lewis is better than Cade. That's not what I'm saying. I don't
think that they were betting heavily on who they were getting next year in the draft. I can't see that.
So a lot of PGs available. That's why I said that. A lot of
definitely
PGs.
Definitely, but like without knowing definitely who you're getting, like a year in advance, like you're still making a roster. Like I don't know. Like I can't. I find that a little bit hard to believe.
Okay, so let's rationalize then. Why didn't they take Malachi Flynn?
I feel like they wanted, like it looked like to me, Obi and Quickly looked like the guys they wanted. Period. Like you know what I'm saying, like and I'm always a fan of that. I don't care where somebody is perspective supposed to be in the draft, this, that, and the other. Like like if a team wants a guy, like then you want that. That's who you want. And I got that feeling from Quigley, and that makes me feel like there's something there. There's a there there. You know what I'm saying? So I want to wait and see on Quigley before I kind of like really get emotional about this particular topic.
Right. And so the thing about Quigley is they wanted him because they traded away a promising young center. For Daniel Oturo to get Quick. So the thing is I think they were like trying to get culture changes. Like they legit felt like Obi is a culture changer, like legit, like come in and do the right thing, say the right thing, always putting a positive spin on the organization so the organization look good. Plus, he's a great player.
He's a hometown hero, but that's why I felt like him and Cole would have been crazy.
Right. It'd have been right. So Obi checks all the boxes, right? But then at the same time, you get the Emmanuel Quickly kid, who's the SEC Player of the Year. You already have your Kentucky connections.
One of the best shooters in the
draft. Everybody in Kentucky basically say the kid legit. The gym is only closed for 6 hours, and my man is legit like there when it opens and then there when it closes. Yeah. The janitor got to tell, man, go home, get some rest.
Yeah, cat nap, back to the gym. Right,
back to the gym. Yes,
I always respect that.
All these narratives, all the storylines, all that stuff points to Quickly being somebody that can be a part of the changing the culture. And I'm not saying,
and we haven't had guys like that, Freezy, as far as attitude wise. You're right.
Right. So I'm not saying he's the piece. I'm saying he's a piece of the puzzle that'll push us towards the playoffs. Like if as long as Quickly is a rotational guy, is productive in a rotation, we hit a home run. You know what I'm saying? So if Quickly is 10-4, plays good defense, doesn't get any trouble, you know what I'm saying, does everything right that the coach has asked, he's a home run for where we picked him.
You know what's crazy? If he continues doing what he did from the other night, he'll be up in the starting lineup before you know it, bro.
Yeah, this is what I want to. This is what I'm saying. This is the inklings that I'm seeing, and like to me, I'm looking at his play, and like for real, even with his with the jitters, and like, oh, this is my first NBA energy that you could see. This is my first NBA game energy that you could see.
Still look confident.
He still looked confident, and how many assists did he walk away with last game? I think like 7
off 2 turnovers, I believe.
Yo, my man. I think my man could easily come in here and average like 7 to 8 turnover. I mean, 7 to 8 assists a game. Like that's not a little feat for a freshman point guard who everybody was saying wasn't supposed to be a point guard.
Keith, I'm not giving him that many minutes. I'm giving him 8 minutes a game. Now you're down from 10.
You're down from 10 to 8. Wow.
Yeah, let me ask you, Freezy.
I don't want to ruin it.
Let me ask you, Freezy. What if he plays well tonight against the second unit, and he puts up something on what he did last game? You still only going to play him 8 minutes coming into the season?
Oh, okay, so basically, you're saying, what if my man comes out and gives us 27 points?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
13. No, I'm just saying hypothetical now. 27 points. 13 rebounds and hits the game winner. Just hear me out. It hits the game winner with their best defensive player on him, right? Are you saying that I want to give him 10 minutes a game, 15 minutes a game? No, 8 minutes a game. I don't want to rush him. In the best case scenario, I still say, man, let my man just let him cook. We'll free him when it's time. He let him do his thing, man, on the bench, and we'll do it in due time.
With this roster, he might be freer than quicker than you think.
Dude, if his shot is legit, if his stroke is legit, he's getting more than 10 minutes a night, bro. We can't even afford to keep somebody like that on the bench.
Dog, I'm telling you, if he goes 6 for 11 from 3 tonight, right, and gives us 10 assists, I'm telling you, dog, 8 minutes. Well, that's you.
Tibbs wants to win games.
I know that, dog. But what I'm saying
Tibbs only plays 8 to 9 people.
Right.
They get
not
tons
to start
of minutes.
The season though, Keith. He'll expand that roster a little bit.
This is me like talking about like once the season gets in mid drive, like once the season gets in drive, like Quigley's going to be there. He's going to be one of those guys, and those guys get more than 10 minutes each, bro. Like it's what Tano says is inevitable. Right. It's inevitable. Tim does not play a large roster. I mean, a long roster, and like those guys get the lion's share of the minutes. And Quigley is going to be one of those guys.
I dig it, man. I just don't want it to be too soon.
Yeah, just be cautious, Freezy. I get it, bro.
Yeah. I know I keep saying the same thing, man. My bad. I don't mean to keep repeating myself. I understand where you're coming from. But I just think we have to play the long game with the rookies. Like we don't want to say, Obi, we want you to just go in there and rebound now because your offense ain't working. I don't want to do that yet because I think his offense is there. And so we just experimented too much. And I don't want to rush quickly in, you know what I'm saying, hey, we've been looking for a point guard for 20 years. Here's your time to shine. I don't want to do that. Because Knicks fans, you know, Knicks fans are gonna legit gonna be on Twitter like, yo, dog, don't rush quickly. And people are gonna be, and Knicks fans will come up with a nickname for him. He's gonna have a dope nickname, and people are gonna be like #FreeQuick all over social media because their 20-year problem is gonna get resolved by a dude that don't even know where the cafeteria at. You know what I'm saying?
But you have to evaluate this though, Freezy. the way, and it's a small sample size, and I understand it, but the way he read the defense, attacked the defense, set up the offense, he did better than our other PGs. So I'm saying if he does that again, he's going to get more minutes naturally than what
he's making himself. He can make himself into virtually like you have to play him. That's what I'm saying. That's what I mean. And if you have to play him, Tibbs is going to play him. And that's a talent thing.
If we had a starting point guard that took care of the offense, I understand where you're coming from. We take him along gradually. He gets his spot minutes, and we come along. But we're not there.
You have
Elf is decent.
No.
Elf is decent, but again, here's the point. What if he's still giving me like Elf is giving me 7 assists a game. That's what he's giving me. He's giving me 7 assists a game. If Quickly is giving me the same 7 assists a game and has 40% from 3, he's making himself like have to be played.
Oh my gosh.
Freezy's cautious. I understand perfectly, bro.
It's not the same thing as Randall being in front of Obi. Elf being in front of Quickly is not the same as Obi being Randall being in front of Obi. Randall is obviously the better. You know what I'm saying? Like that's who you starting with right now.
Right now. Yeah, right now. Yeah. I think that. But so what we're not looking at is Quickly played against a dude named Darius Garland and somebody else, right? Come opening night, dude's gonna be defended by Malcolm Brogdon and the other Holiday kid. There's a serious step up in talent. You know what I'm saying? Darius Garland's not a defender. You know what I'm saying? So I'm with you. So if Quickly gets 7 assists against Malcolm Brogdon, then I could you know what, I'll engage in the conversation early, right? But to say, you know, he played against, you know, Darius Garland and somebody and some other point guards that may not even make the roster, and he got 7 assists. I think it's
encouraging though, Freezy. It's encouraging.
I understand that. That's what I'm saying. It's encouraging. That's why I say give them 10 minutes and not just have them buried. You know what I'm saying? So let's take our time, man. Let's do like 10 minutes a game, man. I mean, 10 minutes a game. Can we get to game 10 with that?
So let me ask you a question. How is DSJ running the point guard? Not his defense, just ran the point guard. How is he ran the point guard?
He's
from A to F in the preseason.
DSJ at each position is a lottery ticket with him because the thing is, and he legit addressed it in his interview on MSG. He said, I coach wanted us to run the pick and roll. I called the guy. I called up, to call for the screen. I went around the screen. They went under. I shot a 3 and made it. Right. Mm-hmm. So the next time down, coach calls the screen and roll, and I call for the screen. They go over the screen. I go around the screen and go to the basket and dunk. Right. Mm-hmm. And then he says, as soon as the team, so the third time down, as soon as they see the screen coming, they blitz the screen, and I couldn't figure it out. I had a problem trying to figure out the thing, and Coach Johnny Bryant knew it, so he sat me down. He told me we're going to sit down and watch the film. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
So the thing is with DSJ running the point, it's like a grab bag because you legit can't see what's in the bag, but when you reach in it, you might pull out something valuable, or you might pull out something that's the opposite of valuable. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying with DSJ, but the thing is that the reason why I said that is because DSJ doesn't have a level of consistency. He's not consistent, and so we know that. So you can't give him an F, but you also can't give him an A. You know what I'm saying in terms of grading, because when they went under, he shot the 3 and made it and looked good, and when they went over, he went around and went to the basket and dunked. And then when they saw that he could maneuver,
DSJ had a dunk this preseason.
Yes.
Yes. All right.
Yeah, he's got 2 dunks. One on that screen that we just said, and then the other they found him under cutting to the basket. He caught a pass and dunked off 2 feet. Right. So, but the thing is with with that is he's not a next level pick and roll facilitator, and that's the reason why Giants wanted to sit down with him. You know what I'm saying?
So what you're saying is that you feel progressively throughout the season, DSJ's point guard play will come along. That's what you're saying in so many words.
No, that's not my opinion. The stuff I said was DSJ's words. What I'm saying is that DSJ is inconsistent. So we don't know. So he may make progress, and then he may make back steps, fall back.
Okay, good. So let's say if he does make back steps, who's taking his spot?
Elf.
I thought Elf was starting.
Austin Rivers.
Before Quickly, if Quickly plays well? If he plays well.
I don't see a scenario. I don't see a scenario early where Quickly is going to put a seasoned veteran on the bench.
Oh, I do, but I dig it.
Not early. I'm talking about not early now. Now, when we get off to this rough start, I think the chance for Quickly are going to be too loud for you to deny him minutes, right? So if we're say if we're 3-11, and our point and DSJ is struggling, LP is giving you lines like 8 points, 7 assists, and 6 rebounds, but we're not winning. You know what I'm saying? I can't see them keeping a first round pick on the bench behind some dudes that what their ceiling is.
Right.
So I say in about game 14, 15, 16, 17, I think you'll see an increase in minutes from Quickly. But I don't see Tom Thibodeau throwing him out there early, getting
in the fire so early.
Yeah. Especially when you have other rookies at risk. Like you have other rookies and young players at risk. You don't want to throw Quickly out there and then ruin Knox and RJ and Obi and Mitch.
It's opportunity cost.
I don't think he would do that though. But I'm sorry.
It's opportunity cost all based on talent and team need. I tell you what, if he actually starts hitting that 3 ball from in game time, he's getting playing time because we need that. Right. Like this, and we don't have enough guys doing that to be able to just sit some guy just to give him time. Like you have to understand the facts of that particular scenario.
Right. No, I dig that. It's like I don't disagree. Like I agree with y'all saying. I just disagree with the time frame. I think the time frame is more along the lines of games 15 and on, maybe game 20 and on versus right away. I just because I think.
Now let me ask you a question, Freezy. With the shortened season, would that time frame work of 15 to 20 games, or it might be a little bit shorter because it's 72 games? Might be actually 10 to 12 or 12 to 15. You see what I'm getting at?
Yeah, 10 games is my number for when the season starts for real.
Right. And so what we don't realize is we started a young guy last year, the first game of the season, and we ruined him. He wound up being a disaster. Remember Trier started last year, the opening game? You remember that? And Trier was
last year was a disaster of itself. So like,
I know.
Every aspect of it.
You picking a disaster out of a disaster.
Yeah, but Trier was the most confident offensive player we had going into the season. He's the most confident offensive player. Yeah, we can't deny that because he came in against Charlotte and scored 8 points in like 2 minutes and some seconds.
Right. Yeah,
but something tells me that he had some other problems though. Like I think he might have been. I think he might have been too confident. I think he might have been actually a little bit bordering on cocky.
Yeah. Now I don't.
Coaching staff didn't use anybody well either. We have to keep that in mind as well.
Yeah, but for Leon Rose's first 2 moves to cut Kadeem Allen and Alonzo Trier, that just show you what kind of you know what I'm saying? Because
what kind of time he on?
Yeah, because we legit, a lot of us like Kadeem Allen. I mean, we know he wasn't like the answer.
He was a steady backup.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, we kind of liked him, but Trier, the Knicks just thanked him, and that was it. It was all quiet the battlefront with Trier. They like thank him for
beef. I think there was beef there.
Yeah.
And I think he might have been at fault.
Yeah, probably. Probably. But
I'm sure the story's going to come out, but I really feel like it's a too big for your britches kind of like situation.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, probably so, man. Because he hadn't been signed by another NBA team yet.
That's crazy.
And that stuff gets around in the background. That gets around.
Yeah, so he may be blackballed, man. He may need to,
He might be overseas next year.
Yeah. If he lucky, because agents here, clients overseas too.
It'd be a shame because, like, yo, he's talented, yo. Like, I had high hopes for the kid, man.
Yeah, I mean, so it was like, to me, it was one of those deals where, and this is, I'm getting in the Wayback Machine, but once upon a time we used to have this kid named Trevor Ariza on our bench, and a dude named
remember that?
And a dude named LaVar Postel. Yeah, I remember LaVar Postel. We had Trevor Ariza and LaVar Postel on our bench, and LaVar Postel was, as soon as he was a dude that could legit score with a lot of people in the league defense. I mean, but in an era where the Knicks needed scoring, they wouldn't get LaVar Postel couldn't get no burn. You know what I'm saying? And then the Knicks cut him, and he never got a second chance with anybody else. So it kind of reminded me thing of Trier. You know what I'm saying? There's got to be something behind the scenes, something went on.
You know what it is? Those type of players, like those all ISO players like that, they have a little rap for that, and they usually end up overseas somewhere getting paid a lot of money by like Italy or something like that. So that's the little trend that's been going on for like the past 10, 15 years.
Yeah, man.
That kid on Marcus Howard, right? Out of Marquette. This guy could get his own shot whenever he can, but he doesn't mesh well with others, so it's hard for him to get a job.
Right. Right. Well, we'll see about quickly. I just think, man, in the grand scheme of things, I think we should play the long game. Like, if Quickly is legit going to be our backup point guard, I'm not gonna rush him into the fight. If he's going to be the starter, let's see him earn it. And I don't mean earn a starting job, but like a 35-point game with 16 assists in a primetime game against the Lakers or something, and you got to make him the starter. I mean, let's see him average like maybe 13 and 6 for an extended stretch. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's see him do that for like, 10 or 12 games. And then, at that point, I think you can't deny it.
He ain't gonna be able to do that on 10 minutes a game. I tell you that.
I'll even be satisfied with it. Yeah, for real, bro. For real.
Yeah, that's true.
But I'll even be satisfied with a 9 and 6, and it's intelligent out there. It's a good impact. I'll be happy with that too. Yeah.
I could see that. Hey, gents, I'm gonna wrap it up right here, man.
Yep, no problem.
I'm gonna wrap it up right here, man. This is super dope. I know we went a lot longer than, man, it's like 4 hours during the daytime. That was super dope. And we still got 86 people watching in the middle of the daytime. They supposed to be at work.
Go to work, you slackers.
Yo, hey, y'all been dope, man. Hey, so the Knicks at Night podcast tonight at 11:45. After the game, I know it's gonna be lit. I'll be back on tomorrow morning at 8:45, Knicks Morning Drive. I hope y'all be here too, because we're gonna have a lot to talk about.
Oh yeah.
I already know.
Hopefully.
I know.
We will, bro.
If Quickly just come out and tie his shoes right, I know Free Keith gonna be on here like, hey, yo, what I told you, son.
Nah, I'm not that guy. You got me painted wrong. I ain't gonna get overly excited. Look, the preseason is the preseason. I've seen us mash out in the preseason and bomb as soon as the season started. Like, all I'm looking for is like, did you work on what you said that you was working on? That's
right.
it.
Right. And did he? I expect to see Miles Powell and Iggy.
I hope.
I think so. That'd be nice.
I doubt it, but I hope so.
I think they at least owe that to us to see Miles Powell and Iggy. You know what I'm saying? We don't need to see Skylar BCA and Michael
Not
K.
interested.
Gilchrist. Right.
Yo,
right.
man,
But,
I hope he doesn't make the team, yo, please.
Yo, for real, bro.
I'm saying, hey, man, I think these dudes, this Kentucky connection, I think we need to get used to this because in the next few years, this is what we're gonna be seeing.
Look, I'm not one of the ones that's mad at it though, like because I feel like Kentucky as a program gets top talent. So like if we got a way in, a direct line to top talent, if we win it, I'm not caring at all.
Right. I feel you. Hey, gents, thank you, man, for coming on. I'm gonna wrap it out here. Thanks for the chat. Make sure y'all subscribe, like, turn on your notifications, share on social media, comment in the comment section, come on the video chat, and spread the word by word of mouth, everybody, so y'all can come in and join the family. I'm out of here, y'all.
Hey, y'all, take care of yourselves.
Peace to the gods.
Peace to the king and queens.
Peace.